L-U-M-C-H-U-S. Love just is better than all the rest. Wild channel point redemptions. Aliens come with strange intentions. Love just stream we adore. Clones and robots, so much more. Tune in for the last that will keep you alive. Twitch.tv/love just to catch him live.
Alrighty. I haven't worn my comfort outfit, this comfort outfit for a while.
Cypress Flats? I don't live in no fucking Cypress Flats, man. What the hell? Look, man, I gave up on you guys, man. I went to Cluckenbell instead. I got me some wings. I thought you was dead. Alright, well, it better be free next time. And remember, I like triple meat.
Thanks for tweeting your endorsement, Ronnie. That means a lot. Okay, let's head to the Teapot. I don't know if we've missed it or not. A meeting with Zoe. Just had an exciting meeting with my campaign manager. Can't wait to get up and running on the campaign trail. Who's this? Who's the campaign manager? Fanny. Had a lovely meeting with future Mayor Kelly. She's the real deal. She has my vote and I officially endorse her. That's nice, but when can I make an appointment about my hemorrhoids? It is time for a person for the people to be mayor. Vote for Greg. What was it? Was there a starburst? A star bursting from his crotch. Oh, I love how you're doing. Sorry. Looks like there's still people here. Who's that in the blue dress?
Oh, there we go.
That's very nice of you. Do you use up there at Pop's Diners? Do you have do you do cream pies
Oh,
up there? as
he's
well?
Dean.
Oh, hello there, sir. Oh no, we don't do cream pies. We used to get cream pies from a lovely farm up there, but sadly, the lady that used to run the farm, she is no longer to this time.
No. Oh, we got someone delivered cream pies down to the PD once, and they were delicious.
What did she look like? Was she sort of bent over, sort of hobbling around?
I wasn't there. I've got to be totally honest.
She was a little bit confused. It
Wait.
was the same.
Sort of had a bit of a funny voice.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's Irene Crompton. Unfortunately, she's no longer with us.
Oh, sorry, Ronnie.
Really?
This is Audrey. She's just come down from the north.
Well,
Oh,
who do we have here?
It's Ronnie. My name's Ronnie. How you doing?
I'm doing well, thank you very much. Oh, look, we got a real life action man here. Look at those guns.
Oh, yeah, right. Well, I've been doing me scrunches and whatnot, right? Been working out.
Let's see
That's
those
right.
muscles.
You want to see them?
Yeah.
All right, wrap your eyes around that, would ya?
Oh, something powerful from that green tea. Oh,
I think that's from under his arms. Okay.
It's
I think I'm
probably
still
me
getting
musk. Sorry, it's probably me musk, right?
You're mouldy.
Girls like
somebody's-
it. You get used
Ronnie,
to
you had
it.
a shower today, like we talked about.
Yeah, of course I have.
People
Come
eating
here.
drinking here,
Put
Ronnie.
those arms up.
All right, there you go.
Jesus.
Oh, put them both up in the air, please.
Oh, they are right now, they are.
I need a fresh air.
Right, okay, let me just give those a quick rub.
You're rubbing off
There
me
we go.
mask. What are you doing?
Oh, that's better.
Just lift your arm up a little bit, Ronnie.
All right, there you go. Dry it off for me, would
Just
you?
give him a whiff. All right. Should be good.
What's that, love? You feeling lightheaded? I've cleared out the entire photo restaurant.
You lifted up your arms and everyone left.
Oh,
And
fucking hell.
If that's not a sign to go take a shower, I don't know what is.
I took a shower. What? Oh, I'm
Ronnie?
supposed to wash me fucking underarms every shower, am I?
Yes.
What?
Wash your underarms and get soap. You know, don't
Oh,
just
you
leave
just-
the water hit it.
You know what you're doing then? You're rubbing the pheromones off, right? You want to keep the pheromones on to attract the opposite sex, right?
Is that right? Because you've just exiled every element of the opposite sex out of the place with your pheromones. So you might need to get that looked at.
Yeah, but we're probably not compatible, right? My pheromones probably... And you know, it doesn't have to be the opposite sex, right? By the way.
Right?
Look, you're still here. What's that
The
say?
smell isn't going to work. Yeah, well, I just had jar pop.
Yeah, you did. No, fair enough, mate. All right, is it really that bad?
It's not good, yeah.
Oh, fucking hell. All right. I'll apologise, right?
Have you got showers in Pizza This or anything?
No, we got lockers. We got a nice little basin, right? You can take a bird bath in.
You might need to get on to Nancy for some of that deodorant stuff. I'm sure she sells roll-on deodorant.
Oh, in a fucking tiki-toki shop.
That Avon stuff.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, might be worth just, sending her a text or something. But
All right, yeah, we'll do. What is going on? All right, sorry.
Kind of coming around to the smell, it's it.
Oh my God, what is this? Something keeps doing that. Do you hear that? And it's freezing my game up. I don't know what it is. Oh, it might actually be my sound device. Hang on. We'll see if that fixed it.
Are you
Oh.
doing better there?
Yeah, no, thank you for that. Right, I didn't mean to sink out the place. Right, I thought girls like that kind of thing.
It was just it was an unexpected musk. I wasn't expecting it to cut. I thought it was because I bought some green tea from here and I've never tasted it. And have you ever tried it before?
Oh, fucking green tea. It's a hippie shit, isn't it?
I've never tasted anything. They were reading a story to me earlier about the Devil's Domain. I said, that's juice from the Devil's Domain if ever I've tasted it.
Fucking Devil's Domain. Oh, that's from that fucking, something. I read that somewhere recently.
Josephine out there said it's called romantasy. It's romance and fantasy or something like that.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
But I don't agree with all that. It sounded to me like some kind of devil talk.
Oh, well, you know, some people like devil talk, love.
Not me, not my stars. No.
Oh, shit. Well, you know, yeah, no, fair enough. No, of course, not everybody does. What was your name again?
My name's Audrey Lou Morgan.
Audrey Lou Morgan. Yes, right.
Everybody else does. My name is Audrey Lou, but it's a bit of a mouthful, so I've been told.
Right, Audrey Lou. No, it rolls off the tongue, right? What was the first part of what you just said? Oh, I can't stand this.
Are you all right?
You heard that, did you? I thought that. All right, could you just give me a second, please?
Oh, no, I want to stay with you. I really like you. I want to stay with you all night long.
All night long? Why? What's you getting at?
I just want to hear your innermost thoughts.
Right? Nah, trust me, love. No, nobody wants to hear that.
I'll give you a moment then. You're going to have yourself a little
I'll
sleep.
I'll go over it. I don't know, right? I don't know.
You don't know?
I don't know.
Right, okay. Well, if you don't know, then you don't know. I might go to bed myself, but it was lovely to meet you. What was it?
Ronnie, love. Aubrey Lou, wasn't it?
Audrey Lou, yes. Well, if you're ever up north at Pop's Diner, I'll get you a cherry pie and a black
all right.
coffee on the house. How's about that?
Oh, I love it. Appreciate that.
Right. Well, if I don't see you, you take care of yourself there, Ronnie.
All right. Sorry, Audrey Lou.
And what are you apologising for? The smell or the sneezing that you did on me there?
The sneezing, right? I didn't mean to sneeze
smell.
on you. No, I'm not apologising for that. Here, hang on. Let me have a sniff here.
Are you giving a sniff of me?
I'm having a sniff for you, right? Here we go. What, are you going to apologise for that? You smell like a bouquet.
Oh, thank you very much. Yeah, it's a perfume my late husband got for me. It's coming down to the last drops now.
Oh, thank you, your late husband. I heard you just lost another friend as well.
I did. My good friend Irene, she used to run the farm up north there, Crumpton Farms. They sometimes bring cream pies down to the city. I bet there's been a cream pie shortage ever since she popped her clogs.
Cream pie? Thank you, right. I think I could help with that.
You've never tasted anything like it. It's the perfect mixture of a little bit creamy with a little hint of saltiness.
Right. Hey, don't worry about that. I can help with that.
It would just melt on the tongue. Nothing like it you've ever had in your mouth before. Oh, even thinking about it, it's bringing a tear to my eye.
Oh, sorry, Audrey. Oh, shit. It sounds like she was a wonderful girl, right?
Oh, she was. A big loss up there in the community up north, but we're hoping that her niece does the right thing in the end.
Right, what's the niece? What, a niece is going to take over and taking the cream pies, you see?
We hope so, but there's a whole deal with, there's a cum takeover there, and we're trying our best to resist cum as much as we can.
Resist cum? Love, cum is a beautiful thing, right? Between two or more consenting adults, right?
I know, but that's not our way of life up there. We don't want cum ramming down our throats up there, okay?
Nor do I, if I know.
You see the predicament we're in here. Cum's trying to come down our
I see
throats.
what you did there.
I don't know if we're talking about the same thing here, child. I don't know if we're talking about the same thing here, my child.
It's pretty clear what you're talking about, right? You couldn't possibly be any clearer.
Well, why don't we after 3 what we're talking about, okay?
All right.
1, 2, 3.
Come.
Cavalier United Megafarm. What?
Come. Hey, you want to try that again?
Well, yes, that's okay.
You want
Let's
to try it
go.
again?
Oh, you need a cough lolly?
Fuck off! No,
1,
let's okay.
2, 3. 1.
Semen from penises. Fuck off! All right, I need.
My stars! Oh my stars!
Is that not what we're not talking about?
I can't listen to this. Oh my stars! What is it like down here in the city?
Oh man, I'm sorry. Will you? Okay, you got me. It was simple misread, right? Simple misread. Classic misread, right?
Oh dear me. Okay. Listen. I'm a God-fearing woman. I don't want to be hearing none about the semen from penises. I know it's natural and it's beautiful, but between a married husband and wife.
Right. Well, you know. Right. Yes, you're right. You're right, ma'am. Yes.
Oh, like these 2 over here. Now that is a good example of a proper happy marriage, and I'm imagining that all the semen is flowing as it should between these 2.
I imagine all the semen's used up on this fellow, right? Sorry, mate. I don't mean to.
What the fuck are you 2 talking about?
No. What was it? Cavalier.
Your language there, Josephine.
Cavalier what? What was it?
Semen?
No, we're talking about.
I'm talking about the godly union of husband and wife.
Josie, it's me boss. I can't. Really. It's me boss.
Oh, she's a little uptight, isn't she? For a young, pretty lady like that, you'd think she'd be having the time of her life.
Oh, don't you worry about that. She got a boy's wrapped around a little finger, let me tell you.
Oh, I'm not surprised. A body like that, oh my goodness me.
Right.
You could I'm not going to say what I was going to say there, but
No, go ahead. I can handle it. These 2 are deaf as doornails.
no, oh my stop.
Oh my God, I'm so sorry about this.
I can't get into all that with you, no. I'm just saying she's a young, supple woman, and she should be embracing it more than she is. She's walking around there looking like she's got a stick up her behind.
Oh yeah, well, you're not going to get any arguments there. Don't tell I said that, please, or I'll terrace me job.
Oh, no, don't worry. I don't know if I'm going to be down here much more after tonight. I just wanted to come down and see what the cherry pies were like from this here little teapot. But I don't think it's as good as the cherry pies we got at Pop's Diner up north. But
oh, fuck no! Right, you got cherry pies up there. Well, I have to make a day of it, right?
Oh, you would have the time of your life up there. We've got beaches, we've got shopping, we've got you can get yourself a little drink. You go and have a sit on the beach, get yourself a cherry pie.
Oh, I love it. Well, I'll have to do that one day.
Got yourself a fancy lady in your life, handsome young man like you.
Well, like you keep me options open, if you know what I mean.
So nobody special just yet. You've playing the field, sowing your wild oats.
Well, that's the plan. That's right. That's what he is. I'm out there giving it me all.
Well, I hope you're not spreading your seed until you've popped a ring on it.
Right. What, married a girl giving her me last name?
Of course. That's when the seed can be spilled under God's name.
Ah, yeah, right. Okay, sure. No, of course, right? Of course, yeah, you're right. I wouldn't dare, right?
Oh, aren't you a good thing? Oh, that's what I like to hear. Too many people are too eager to get themselves wrapped up in sin down here.
Yes, right. Well, was Jesus ever married?
Jesus was not married, no.
So what, he never spilt his seeds?
No, he did not.
Ever?
Maybe when he was crucified, a little bit might have seeped out, but other than that, I don't think so. No.
It was seeped out while he's been crucified. What, he got off on it, did he? When they finally stabbed him in the chest, he was like,
Oh, my stars, I can't be listening to all this. No. Well, I don't know if you know about this, but when you pass away, you do expel all your bodily fluids, including,
seed? You expel seed when you pass?
I've heard rumor that under gallows, a lot of the time, a lot of flowers grow underneath the gallows from people when they was hung. Their bodily fluids would fertilize the soil underneath.
Right.
So I'd imagine the same would have happened for our Lord Jesus Christ.
Yes, right. So right, okay. Ha. I never even thought about that. So what, does it feel good, or it's just...
Well,
like,
I've never been
like
crucified myself, so I do not know how it feels. I can't imagine it feels nice.
It's just a little bit, you say. It's not the...
It would depend how much is stored in the semen locker.
Well, what was he, 33?
Famously, yes.
Right. And he'd never spilt it.
He may have done by accident. My husband sometimes used to have some sleep expulsions. I don't know what that was all about. But he always said he had been dreaming about me and my sweet body.
Oh, yes, right. That'll do it.
Sometimes he would scream out different names, but he said that was just the devil whispering in his ear.
Yes, right.
Steve,
no, I'm sorry.
such.
What?
He would whisper out names of his friends around the church, Steve and Lewis.
His friends?
Like that. Yes, and then he would wake up and his sheets would be all a mess. But he said it was the devil whispering in his ear.
Right.
I don't know if you've ever had these sticky dreams before, but that's the devil whispering in your ear, okay?
Right, well, I've never screamed out a fella's name.
Well, that's good. That means the devil's steering clear of your doorstep.
Right. But I've, screamed out other girls' names.
Right, okay. What, your wife's?
No, when I, when I was married, I'd scream out other girls' names by accident, right?
Oh, my goodness me.
On my second marriage, right, I actually accidentally yelled out the name of me third wife. Understand?
Say that again, I missed that.
When I was married for the second time, right, I accidentally one night yelled out the name of me third wife. You understand?
So had you been having an extramarital affair with the third wife?
Of course not. That's ungodly, isn't it? What did Jesus say about that?
So why did you yell out the name of the third wife when you was with the second wife?
Because I was dreaming about her. I couldn't resist it.
Oh, my stars. And tell me about all your wives. I want to hear
Can you just...
about them.
Oh, right. Could you just give me a minute and a half, right? Just one and one half minute. No. I just, do you want to know what I need to do? It's very personal, you know.
No, okay. I'll just get myself outside. You just come and grab me when you're ready.
I'll come grab you, all right?
Okay.
Not like that, guys. Come on now.
Oh, my stars.
All right. I have no fucking idea what's going on here. I've checked all my USB ports. What could be causing this? Anyone? Hello, Bacon. Hello, Ark. Sorry. I don't think I've said hello yet. How are we doing? In his defense, Jesus was well hung. He would have had to have been, right? All right, hang on. I'm going to have a look at the back of my computer. I've checked everything. Please. Please. Stop happening. Alright. Sorry about that.
Okay.
We were talking about Jesus and spilling the seed. So I don't know if he was...
Oh, sorry. Yeah, it was us, what we was talking about.
Oh, he's speechless.
I can't.
You can't hear me?
You lost your voice there.
He needs a cough lolly.
You can't fucking hear me?
Cough lolly. Oh, poor thing. Oh, God. Oh, my God.
I think he's choking.
Oh. Somebody do the Hamlet maneuver.
Let's have a quick restart here. Okay, you can hear me on stream, okay. Alright, knockwood, that's fucking fixed it. Alright, so far so good. Last location. Oops. Oh, sorry about that.
My ears!
Really?
Have you swallowed the sound?
I think he's possessed. I think he's possessed with a demon.
We don't have a place in town anymore either.
Do I really sound that bad? Even when
You
I...
sound awful. You sound.
What
You
about
sound
when I
like
do
the
this?
devil's...
You sound like you've got a kazoo in your mouth.
That's
What?
a good explanation. Ronnie,
What?
please sort yourself out.
Fucking what?
Are you definitely, like speaking down the right hole?
Oh my
Maybe
goodness
I'm not
me.
right. Alright. Alright, do you know what?
My ears.
Is it coming through the stream weird? Oh, it is. There's something... There's a lot of noise coming through the stream. I can see it. Alright, fuck me. What's going on? What is going on? Let me just... Okay, sorry if this... I'm just gonna monitor my audio just so I can hear what the fuck it sounds like. Hello. Oh, you can hear me fucking breathing. Oh my god. What is going on? Hello. Hello, hello, hello. Hello, hello. What? I've turned my microphone all the way down. Hello. That should not be coming through at all. What? Sorry. Get fucked, all my filters are gone. What? Sorry everyone, I need to redo my filters. I've got them on... I think I've got the same configuration on Streamlabs, so I'm opening that up, but it's updating for fuck's sake. So I just need to pop them back in. My god. What is going on? They're probably fucked up Streamlabs as well. Let's see. No, they're here, okay. Hello. No, still fucked. Hello. Nah. Hello, hello. Alright, I'm going to restart everything. Fuck's sake. Sorry. Hopefully that fixes it. Let me try one more thing. Hello, hello. That might have fixed it, actually. Hang on. No, now I'm too quiet. No, hang on. Hello, hello. I feel like it's too quiet now. Hello, hello. Hello. Hello, testing. Alright. I'm gonna keep it there. Is that, can anybody hear that? Is that alright? Let me see if it's better in game. Does this, okay. Anyone still here? Alright, mate, how you doing? Do I sound weird to you?
Oh, you sound just as weird as normal.
I just sound regular?
Oh, you sound just as weird as normal.
Alright. Really?
Yeah, you're fine, yeah.
Alright. Fucking hell. How you doing, mate?
I do. You?
Yeah, well, I'm alright, right?
Uh,
I mean,
Have you seen anything to grab yet?
no, I've not. I think, I don't know about that, right? I don't know if you... I don't know if he's out to get me, right?
I mean, he was willing to try screw me over for just a simple deal, so...
I would never do it. I would never go into business with him.
No, but if he's jealous of you stealing his wife, and...
I don't think he gives a fuck, to be honest. I think he's too much of a heartless cunt to give a shit.
He seems like he likes his territory, so... What if he thinks his charity is territory? I mean, that's even worse.
Alright, well no, I get what you mean, and perhaps you're right, right? But you know what, fuck him. What, you know, what am I gonna do? Run away with me tail between me legs? No, if he wants to fuck with me, right? He's gonna...
That's why I ask if you want a little extra protection.
No, I get it, right? And you know, I am still thinking about that. Oh, is it 6.5 or something? Or 6, wasn't it? Or was it 5.5?
6.5, yeah, with bullets.
With bullets. How many bullets?
20.
Alright.
Actually, 24.
24, right. Yeah, well, we'll see, right? Hold on to it for me.
Oh yeah. I can probably get you a vest or something like that if you want a little extra protection.
How much are they?
I think they were 4,000.
Right. Would you be able to do me a deal on both? Like a combo, right? You do me
I
the...
think that's.
You
I
do me...
have to go double check on that, but I think you're getting the best price I can actually give you.
Right. Well, what about, you know... the vest, the gun, the bullets, and a large fries, right? 10k.
But yeah.
All right, listen, and I don't even know if I want it, right? I could, you know, if my life's in danger, you'll be the first one I call, right?
Yeah, of course. I'll try and be as quick as possible. If you need it as well.
All right. Well, hopefully it doesn't come to that, right? I'm gonna try and mend bridges, right? That's me new thing. Trying to mend bridges.
I mean, I saw him at the party, and I've heard those stories. I mean, it doesn't seem like he's someone who be okay to mending bridges.
No, well, who knows what goes on inside his head? Oh, there she is, the next fucking mayor of the city.
Hey.
All right there, Cal, where you doing?
Oh, hello, Ronnie. How are you getting on?
Oh, all right, thanks. Do I sound weird to
Hi,
you?
Dr. Kelly.
No, let me listen.
All right, A, B, C, D, F, H, I,
Keep going.
L, M, N, O,
LMNO.
R, S, T, U, V, X, Z, X, and Z.
You've missed a couple out there, but we can go through that some other time.
I got all of them.
You sound good to me.
All right, thank you.
How are you, Wilson?
Doing good. Haven't been doing so much garbage work lately that I haven't gotten any kind of bites and steroids and all that kind of stuff.
I'm not on the clock now. Don't worry, you don't have to talk shop with me now. Oops, a days.
I like to boost there, Kel. In the matching.
Myself here.
Yeah, go ahead, right?
Well, I bought myself heaps of new clothes today because I thought I need to get something that's mayoral kind of vibe.
Oh, you nailed it, right? I love the matching handkerchief. The boots in the handkerchief there. Oh, look at this. Look at that.
What do you think? What do you think?
Oh, I love it, right?
I wanted it to look, you know how you said about sex sells?
Of course, right? I didn't make that up, by the way. That's not my original thought. But
do
yes.
you agree, Wilson?
I mean...
Hey, go over there. Let's see.
But Mayor would go for a more office kind of look. A more official look at it.
No, look at that. All right, why don't you bend over? Bend over front ways and then bend over back ways.
No. So, I went over to Pizza This earlier and spoke to Josie just to see if she could approve some of the outfits. She told me to get the neck scarf for this one, and then I found the boots. So, what do you think? I think it's and feminine without being too sexy.
Yeah, it's not well, what's the word? It's not too sexy, you're right. Oh, fucking hell, can I swap your seats there, Wilson?
Why are you asking?
Oh, nothing.
That's a bit better. How are you getting on, Wilson? So you say you've not been working. How come? Is that because you're not there's not much work going, or you just not been bothered?
I've been trying to get some more heavy duty work, and because I've been trying to save up as much as possible.
Heavy
Well, you don't
dirty
get
work.
more heavy duty than working in the bins.
I've been working a bit in the mines up in the north.
Fucking hell,
God,
mate. That's hard,
that's
Jacko.
grueling.
I've made my goals, so I can afford a house now.
Oh, no, nice. Where are you looking at buying a house?
A Mirror Park.
Oh, it's
Oh,
quite a
beautiful.
fancy place.
Absolutely. Just need to find someone who's willing to buy my old place as well.
Do you live in Breezy Heights, or have you already got a place?
I live down by Grove Street, behind the mall.
Oh,
I'm thinking about
and you're
moving
looking to
down
level
there.
up. Oh, why don't you buy Wilson's, and then you won't be underneath get yourself a new house.
Well, how much you selling it for?
Well, I bought it for 50,000, but with the first-time buyers thing, it cost me only 30. But I was thinking like 45,000.
40,
And
45.
if you have your first-time buyers, they'll take off like 20,000 off it.
Does that apply to second-hand home?
I think that just applies for your first home.
Right. What's this?
I have to talk to a real estate agent first. So.
Yeah, right. I'm still waiting there back about a place I was looking at a while back. Cal, what's this for?
I can't buy anything because I haven't got any cash. It means I have to go all the way to an ATM. I just wondered if you could lend me 100 quid. Well, I've given you the money if you've got it in cash, basically.
Hey, I gotta go.
I got some cash here I can give you.
All right, I'll
I've
send
just
us.
wired Ronnie 100. Yeah, if
I'll
you can send
forward
it to
the money
Wilson.
on the invite.
I probably shouldn't be sending money over like that because people will say I'm trying to bribe them or something.
Yeah, it's 100 quid. I mean, what you know, if you want to bribe me, it's going to cost you a lot more than
Thank you,
that, Cal.
Wilson.
Oops, did I select the right name there?
$100 isn't that much anymore, so.
Yeah, it's fuck all, right? I could make $100 in me for asleep.
Did Zoe have her thing today?
Yeah, but she had a little bit of a problem, so it was cancelled until further notice.
Okay, all right. I'm thinking about holding something this week at Pizza This, actually. Do you think that would be something? Would you be able to come to that, Wilson?
When this week?
We're thinking about Thursday around 8:30.
Are we?
That should be fun.
Okay, good. And what kind of thing do you think people would want to do? We're thinking about like pizza and just an informal chat about what people want from their mayor, basically.
Well, you got a big fucking car park there, right? We'll be get a
I'm just
fucking.
asking. Oh.
Yeah, no, you could get a Ferris wheel. Oh, right, Zoe, you doing?
Hey, Zoe.
Oh, she's woken up.
Hello, everyone. Oh gosh, you're all still here. Well, I'm very pleased
I'm still here.
that.
We're here as well. You're not tripping out, mate. We're here as well.
Right. Well, I mean, someone is here, and that's good. I mean, unless you didn't come to have tea with Zoe, in which case, sorry to interrupt a private conversation, but
No, don't worry at all.
No, that's all right.
Actually, it's got ourselves a little candidate forum going on here, huh? Well, I saw the announcement. Yeah, let me be, well, maybe not the first, but let me congratulate you on your run. Yeah, welcome to the race.
In one
exciting.
corner, we got Zoe McKenzie, a formidable force, and in the other corner, we got Dr. Kelly Ellis, right? Okay, fighters.
Okay, Ronnie.
On
you
the
can tone it down a bit.
ready, setty, fight. Let's get ready to rock and ball.
Right.
Ronnie, sit down.
Okay.
Just diffusing
I
the
think
tension
it's-
there, right?
Yeah, it's really exciting to see
There's
people
no
entering the
tension
race
here.
and getting involved in local politics. Like the more
Oh,
the
right.
merrier. I wish everyone would run for mayor. Like wouldn't that be cool?
Well, it looks like we've got a new running mate. Have you seen today, Zoe?
A running mate?
We
Hey.
have. We've got Greg.
Oh, you
is
mean a fellow contender, not
Not a
like running
mate.
for co-mayors or anything.
Oh no. Okay. Yes. No. Yes. Greg has put his hat in the ring as well.
He looks like he could be a strong competitor.
No, he doesn't. No one's going to vote for him over these two, right?
Never say never. You never know. Each person, each candidate will appeal to different groups.
Right. Well, you got to appeal to everyone.
Well, you have to hear what the policies are for these and for Greg.
Well,
Right.
that's kind of what things like tonight are for, and what I'm going to do on Thursday as well. I was literally just nipping in. You'd sort of had a little sleep, so I will make myself scarce. Are you carrying on
Oh,
with
I
it?
mean, you're perfectly welcome to be here too. I mean, I'm happy to chat with you, or just like no one's excluded just because they're running. That would be silly.
That would be
I mean,
silly.
of course, you're under no obligation, of course. Just wanted to make sure that you didn't feel like you had to run away if you didn't want to.
Shall we do a
Okay,
little impromptu, what do you call it? Debate, right?
No, Ronnie. That's coming. That'll come later on. This is everyone getting their ducks in a row.
All right.
Yeah, this is just listening and meeting people, and for anyone who doesn't know me, giving them a chance to meet me, and really it's more for me to listen to other people and just like hear what's on people's minds.
Yeah,
Alright.
exactly. Right, I am going to make myself scarce. I was just nipping in. I want to see if maybe Cheatham's around as well, just to say hello to him.
I seen him a bit earlier.
He was,
Okay, great.
He was here. I mean, has he left? No, I think he's still here. He was talking to Josie just around the corner.
Oh, okay.
And some
I'll
old
go and
girl.
see him. Okay, right. What, Nancy?
No.
Someone new from up north.
Oh, okay. All right, fair
Yeah,
enough.
some Southern American girl.
Ah, right. Okay. No. I'll go see if they're still around there. But it's nice to
Excuse me,
see
I
you
just
all.
need to
All right. Nah, good to see you there, Kel.
back.
I love the
really good to
love
see
the
you,
ensemble,
Kel.
right?
And you, Zoe. And I hope everything goes all right tonight as well.
Oh, thank
All
you.
right, Auntie, you doing, mate?
Man.
Yeah,
Hey,
Hunter,
how's
how
it
are you
going?
doing?
Nice to meet you.
Oh, I see you there, Kel.
Ronnie, if I could, at some point, if I could just run through my outfits with you as well, that would be helpful. I've got Josie's opinion, but I think it might be good to get an everyman opinion as well.
I love that, right? And I seen you announce that you got your fucking campaign manager, right?
Yeah.
Right, and you never confirmed that with me, so I assume it's somebody else.
It is somebody else. I've gone in a different direction for this one.
Right, did they have to go through the old rigmarole as well?
Well, yeah, we had a consultation earlier, and we both agreed it was a good match. Not that you
Right.
didn't have a lot of strong suggestions.
Thank
You
you.
could maybe be an informal advisor, perhaps.
Right,
Off the record.
community engagement officer, something you said.
Something like that. You're maybe my man on the ground, but we'll
Right.
cross that bridge when we come to it.
Oh, what was your manager?
Well, it's Josie.
You what?
It's Josie.
Right. Well, I guess she's got a managerial experience, isn't she?
Yes, she has, and we're good friends. I don't think it'll get complicated, and I trust her advice and her opinion. It's a very good match.
Oh, I just seen them walk past now. I think they're coming in. And
Okay,
Tatum,
alright.
where have they been? Where they been?
Okay, don't be sordid now.
Well, hang on. Let's see it. Hair messy. You look at the hair, right? If the hair's messy, if they're sweating, that's a good telltale. Good sign, right?
I mean, when you walk into a room, your hair's messy and you look sweaty, but...
And what do you think that is?
Oh, is it because you've been...
Well, no.
Okay.
Well... No, it's because I've been working out, right? Doing me scrunches and whatnot.
How are you getting on with your scrunches and all that stuff?
Very good. Look at this.
Looking well.
Look at that.
You're getting a good bit of definition there in the muscles at the back.
Yeah, get a hold of that. Buns of steel.
Right.
Buns of steel.
I'm all right.
No, go on, grab a feel.
No, I don't think it looks... No. I'm not going to be doing that. But thank you for the offer.
All right, no, I'm talking strictly, you know, to you as a doctor, right? You're still a doctor, ain't you?
I am still a doctor.
Right. Wasn't like I was like, here, go, grab that. All right, so there he is out there, right?
Right, okay. Listen, Zoe's going to get the event kick-started here, so I'm going to just head off, okay?
All right, well, I'll see you around, all right?
Okay, we'll, like I say, we'll maybe doing something on Thursday if you're around to maybe support with food and stuff like that.
Sounds good, right? I'll be there.
Okay, good. It'll be similar to this, something informal, people just having a chat, what it is they want from their politicians and such.
Marvellous.
Oh, no, just...
Right, okay, and I'll maybe do a bit of image consultation stuff with you.
Yeah, I love that, right? I'll steer in the right direction. Oh, it looks like you're already in the right direction. I love it.
Oh, good. I worried I looked a bit like an air hostess, but I think it looks all right.
Yeah, right. Well, he does love an air hostess, right?
Oh, yeah, no,
Well, a flight attendant.
Slip out the back really quickly. I just got a family.
Right, well, that could be a fella as well.
Yeah, just
Hostess is the girl version.
Okay, right. I'm going to head out now, but it's lovely to see you.
Oh, I love it. Pleasure's all mine, Kel.
And thanks for all your advice yesterday. It was actually really helpful, so I do appreciate that.
Oh, I don't sound so surprised.
I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised. What was all that business when you drove off and then you circled back round twice and said you'd left the keys in or something? Can you not do stuff like that, please?
It's a joke.
I was in the doghouse as well.
What, with... who's that, Kenny?
That was Scott, yes.
Ah, yes, right. A future Mr. Ellis.
Well, I'll be Mrs. Kennedy.
Right. Now, fuck him, make him take your name, right?
That would be quite good, Scott Ellis.
It's you know, not a 90s anymore.
I hope she does.
What about Josie? Josie came up with Elect Ellis. Do you like that?
Elect Ellis.
It's really exciting to see people entering the race, you know?
I love it. What? It's like a catchphrase.
Yeah, and we're going to make some stickers up and stuff for people.
Right. She came up with that all on her own, just with your putting your last name at the end of elect. Right. Fine. Now, how did she come up with this shit? Elect
Ronnie,
Ellis. Who would have thought of that?
Don't be patronising.
Right. You know, well, what about
what's going on, but yeah, if people want to get informed.
Kelly Campaim, right? You could call it the Kelly
different
Campaim.
You
letters.
know, that's a wonderful.
Yeah, but it's phonetically the same.
I'll take it on board. Thanks for your
Campaign
suggestion.
Kelly.
Well, Kelly cares.
Right.
Kelly cares. Elect Ellis.
Yeah, I mean, even before I decided.
Right, I love it.
Okay, good. If you have any ideas, do feel free to let Josie or myself know, and we'll take them into consideration. Okay.
All right, I love it.
Okay, good. You have a good time, and I'll see you around.
All right, thanks, Kel. Good luck. All right.
You know, I have a bunch of other projects going on, and you know, don't want to spread myself too thin, and want people to be able to get that like fresh organic produce whenever they need it. So yeah, I started putting up announcements looking to hire a few new staff. Would be really great to get some more assistants in there, maybe an assistant manager. You know, when I'm you know, if I were, you know, so honored as to be chosen, yeah, I would definitely need to find someone to kind of handle the day-to-day operations of the shop. So, you know, hopefully people are interested. You know, I think it's a real nice place to work. It's, you know, great.
I am
Good.
actually looking for. I was thinking of, instead of doing garbage work, about times if you're interested, maybe we can talk later about me if you want some extra work down there.
Yeah, absolutely. I would be delighted to meet you for an interview and yeah, just show you the ropes. And you know, I think it's a really great place to be, and I would love to have you talk about coming on board.
Sounds good, and then you can use more time on your campaign.
Yeah, perfect. That's, you know, that's kind of, well, I don't want to say the ideal. I mean, I love being at the shop and hanging out and seeing people, but I guess I'm going to have to, you know, reprioritize my schedule a little bit. So I'm going to have to pass some of that on to other people to enjoy and make use of. So, yeah.
Giving back.
Absolutely. That's what it's all about. I mean, we receive so that we can give.
I love that.
But yeah, what is your like? What's going to be the first thing to do as a mayor if you get voted?
Gosh, well, I mean, I guess it depends on what really needs doing, you know? Like I need to members of city council and hear about like, you know, what's the current business, you know, are there any existing initiatives that need to be carried on or reviewed? But I mean, it also depends on what I hear from the people about what they need. Like I have my own ideas, but yeah, I'm really just here to find out what people think is the most pressing thing or the most urgent thing or the biggest thing that would make their lives in the city better.
How are you going to be making difficult decisions, right? It's, you know, not everybody's got different interests, in they? So what about you got to make a decision that's either going to piss off 50% of people. If you don't make that a decision, you're going to piss off the other 50% of people.
Oh gosh, well, I mean, I would try and find the decision that, you know, harms the least or serves, you know, the greatest good. And, you know, hopefully there, I mean, I think that with listening and like really open communication and really creative problem solving, maybe something that looks like it's just, you know, black and white, either or binary choice, like maybe there is a middle way that no one has found or considered yet. So, you know, I'd love to work with people and try and find what that is. But I mean, gosh, I think just by, you know, I think sometimes the worst thing is like getting caught and being afraid and not making a decision at all. And so sometimes you just need to trust the universe and take the action, and with some care and compassion, I think we'll all get through whatever it is.
Oh, I love it.
So yeah, how about let me ask you all a question if that's all right.
All right.
If you could wave a magic wand and change one thing about this city that would make your life, the life of your fellow citizens better, what do you think that would be?
Fucking hell, it's a tough one, isn't it?
More affordable housing, maybe?
I'd agree with that.
Could you elaborate on that? How is the problem of unaffordable housing or not enough of it showed up in your life or impacted your experience of life in the city. If nothing you're not comfortable sharing, of course.
Well, some of the more expensive is starting around 400,000 pounds. I mean, I'm getting a house hopefully in Mirror Park, and even that's going to cost me at least 200,000.
Yeah, the issue I think isn't about affordable housing. It is affordable housing, right? But it's in an area that a lot of people don't want to live in, right? You got your high crime, you got your gang violence, all of that, right? I don't mind all that. I'd live there in a heartbeat, but people want something nicer, right? It's about making nicer things more affordable instead of just available to the rich, right? Because they'd love that, wouldn't they? Oh, no, you can't live here. This is for us. Oh, no, I got all the money, so I get to live here, and you have to live in the fucking dumps, right?
Yeah, the people who can barely afford the cheaper places, I mean, they still have to go and do like 2 jobs and sometimes even do illegal stuff. I mean, just to get around.
That's right.
So what would be an example of one of these neighborhoods that you feel is undesirable, and is there something you think could be done to, say, improve that neighborhood or make that place
I mean,
a
Grove
more
Street,
desirable place to live?
I live in Grove Street right now, and it's so full of crime. I mean, houses there get robbed on a daily basis almost.
It's poverty, isn't it?
Oh gosh.
Yeah. It's so badly built down there. I mean, it's just kick down the door and you're in.
I'm just making a note here. I hadn't heard any of the police briefings mention, well, back when we had the community meetings. This is really disturbing to hear if there's areas that have this much crime.
Because they all got
that's
guns,
obviously
right?
something we want to address.
They all got guns down there. So what if
right.
when you buy the house down there, you get a free gun?
Not really, but you kind of have to protect yourself. I mean, it's.
What about cheaper
what if
guns?
there were initiative to get those guns off the street, so that you didn't have to worry about other people out there with guns?
Oh, the criminals would be up for that, I think. Yeah, that's right. See, that's the thing.
Maybe have a gun for cash. Drive, go.
Exactly. That's a wonderful idea.
But that's why people get guns, isn't it? They get it for cash. They say, all right, can't get a job, can't do this, can't do that. I'll get a gun, and then it's like a ATM. To get free money.
Well, I was more thinking of the fact that just if you have a gun, you go deliver it to like the police or something, and then they ask no questions, they give you money, and end of that.
But then you could use that money to go buy a new gun. You can take a man you can teach a man how to cook fish, right? What is it? You can teach somebody how to cook fish, or you can cook a bunch of fish for them. What was it?
Tofu nuggets batter and fry up really great, and then you don't even need to bother the fish at all. Just rustle up some soybeans.
Right. All right, 3 soybeans.
Oh, that's a good one too.
Here's a question for you, Zoe. If you're gonna engage with, say, giving more money for housing or money for guns, or this money's gonna come from somewhere, right? Like, where do you think it could come from?
Well, I mean, I think we'd need to look at the existing expenditures and, make sure that they make sense. But, I think that we've all benefited from a really generous social safety net extended to immigrants to this city. And I think some people have used that boost and taken it to go on to become very prosperous. And that we need everyone to kind of be in it and pulling together. And if you've benefited a lot and are doing really well, then it's like I said, we receive in order to give. So I think that I would like to just take a look and see what some of the tax rates are and see like where funds are coming from, from large businesses or high earning individuals or people that have like family wealth or maybe even more wealth that they know what to do with. It's just kind of sitting there, and I bet they'd be really pleased to be able to have somewhere to direct that to make the city even better for all of the citizens, to make it more safe and more prosperous and more amenities and services that everyone can use and enjoy. So for instance, making it easier to, say increasing the tax credit on a first home to have more people who can, get piece of land that's their own and, move into that first new home outside of the government apartments. But then maybe the taxes are a bit steeper on, if you already have a home and just want like a second vacation home, or, if you need to trade up or something. Maybe same thing for a first vehicle purchase. Although really I'd like to expand public transit and, more shared options. But yeah, I think there's plenty to go around. This is it's very prosperous and there's a lot of like wonderful activity happening here. We just kind of need to make sure that everyone gets to share benefits and, receive and then pay it forward,
Right. And how would you be when you come up against these people that you'll be taking the cash offer?
Yeah, they're not going to be happy.
I'm gonna head off.
Oh, okay. Bye.
Like,
Well, I
think
mean-
of someone on the council. I don't know who's on the council, but say it's someone that's in charge, I don't know, the hospital or the police, and you're telling them that you are you're cutting their budget to fund this stuff, and they're gonna come at you hard, right? They're gonna argue their case. How are you gonna be then?
Well, I mean, it just depends on what they say, and I'll certainly hear them out. Maybe there are angles that I hadn't considered, but anyone who's a counselor, an elected official, or someone in a position of public trust, I'm sure that they were elected or they were put into that position by the people to look after the people. So, I mean, it's really them that they have to answer to, not me.
But I've heard about this business license guy. He takes quite a bit sometimes, but not been seen for a while as well.
Hey,
But
welcome. Grab a seat.
Sorry, I didn't want to interrupt.
No, glad to have you here. Sorry, please continue.
But taking money from the business, I understand that the business have to pay rent every now and then, but from what I heard, it's kind of steep, that the amount that they want.
Well, I think that, I mean, I've just heard, those things are a little maybe unpredictable and, steep, but infrequent. It never comes around. I mean, I don't mind disclosing that, as a business owner, I have never, been asked that I've saved it all, and the city has not been able to collect. I certainly wouldn't want them to show up and suddenly demand a bunch and I don't have it, but you know, I think that we need more predictability. You know, business should be being taxed so much that, you know, it can't operate, or, you know, that it's suffering. But if it's predictable and fair and regular, you know, is sustainable and helps other businesses to thrive, then, you know, it's an ecosystem that it'll benefit everyone ultimately.
You don't mind if I listen in, do you, my dears?
Of course not. This is open to everyone. Please feel free to pull up a folding chair and join the circle.
Is it on or off the records?
Yeah, I'm not here in a professional capacity. I'm sure that Ms. McKenzie will get in touch with us when she's good and ready.
Oh, what?
I mean, if you need to, I mean, this is a public event, so if you need to report on anything that's being said, I think that would be, you know, a perfectly fair and reasonable thing for you to have to.
Yes,
I mean,
yes, of
you
course.
don't need
To be honest,
my permission, of course, but
I'm still a little late putting the piece together, announcing who's run. Miss Fitzgerald, I believe that Dr. Ellis is also in the running. Is that right?
Yeah, it's on Birdie.
Okay, fair.
And
Is
Greg,
it? Yes,
apparently,
I do need to catch up. Well, yes, no, it's. I'll be
And
speaking to
Greg.
the individual candidates more thoroughly in due course. But for the moment, I'm more here as a citizen, really.
Right. Oh, then in that case, welcome. Forum, you know, to ask me a question, or, you know, the open question that I pose to the group. Maybe someone, for those of you who have arrived later, or if anyone else has thought of another answer.
Thanks, mannequins.
Is if you could wave a magic wand and change one thing about the city to improve life and other citizens' lives better, then what would that be and why?
Good question, actually. I think I think most people would like to be able to afford somewhere nice to live. I think.
Yeah, that's definitely a topic that's come up. It's, you know, really interesting to hear multiple voices.
I don't know if there's anything you can do.
Could
about
you
property
elaborate
prices,
on
but,
that?
Sure. I mean, £200,000 for somewhere decent to live is pretty. It's quite a lot, you know, and especially on the outskirts of the city. You know, if I basically had to work my bloody bollocks off for weeks and weeks and weeks to be able to afford somewhere, and I'm lucky that I have a job, which means I can be out and about while I do it. But
hey, Jen. Hashtag elect Alice. Hashtag Kelly cares.
Over at the mechanics, and you know, for those who work in service industries, they have to be behind the bar, or you know, in their
Hey, Dean.
in their workshops all the time.
Does my voice sound alright?
It's come by money, I think.
Kelly, hashtag Kelly really fucking cares.
Right, yeah.
Best outing with Audrey. I love her.
As a business, you know, owner who, for a while, was kind of in a similar position when, you know, I was only really earning when the shop was open and I was in there, especially with, you know, when I had few or no employees. Yeah, I mean, I think that this is an issue that the city council is listing tweaks to earn at least the, you know, make sure that every citizen is entitled to the universal basic income, and that, you know, anyone who works earns beyond that, I think is a really valuable change. There's certainly some room for improvement. Yeah, I mean, I guess I'm curious to hear about personal, especially about how you have learning and housing. This is for the group. This is for anyone. Or, you know, what it is about, like, getting that home, that, because, you know, we're so fortunate housing too, and is, you know, is there something about that is, you know, not meeting basic needs, or, you know, unsatisfying? Is that like a good place to hang out while you give up for a piece of this city to call your own. I'm just really curious how this is, how this has impacted you in your lives, and just hear what people are thinking about it.
Well, one thing that I do a lot is sleep at the shop, right at the garage there, because I don't know if you're aware, but the area around the garage is very, very, very expensive, right? And after a long day of work in the garage, they don't want to drive all the way down south of the city. Might as well just put up with that pain in my back and sleep on the couch, right? The transporting good enough.
So if there was a bus. So the issue is you don't want to fall asleep at the wheel.
Yeah.
Yes, wonderful. Thank you, Ronnie. Because this is something that I wanted to ask people about, is how you feel about the availability of public transportation.
What availability of public transportation?
No, we had public transport here.
I mean, we public transportation actually run over one of Hunter's workers.
Okay,
well, we
no.
didn't witness it, but we.
What?
Yeah, one of Hunter's employees got run over by a bus. He's in the hospital.
Yeah, got hit by a bus. Yeah.
Jesus Christ!
Oh God!
Don't know if he's alive or dead.
That's terrible. I hope he's all right. Gosh, I'll have to send some flowers.
What about? I mean, is it possible we could get a monorail system, right? Because then that nobody's going to get hit by a fucking monorail, right? And it's nice.
I mean, we have the tracks for a tram, but apparently never had money or whatever for the actual tram itself.
The tram, really?
Electricity.
Right. Yeah. So if there were, more frequent, better funded, more accessible public transit options in the city, be that city buses or tram, or I mean, there's the metro too. Is that something?
And who's there to help that employee, Kelly Ellis? Really?
Right, if I could.
Oh, all right. I mean, yeah, hitchhiking is like, the oldest form of just like person to person, like the ultimate public transportation.
Yeah, it's dangerous though, isn't it? Could be an axe murderer, or you could be getting, you could be picking up an axe murderer.
No, that's very passe now, right? All the cars are on CCTV. You can't be an axe murderer picking up hitchhikers.
Are you saying axe murdering is a bit passe?
No, like doing it if you're driving around, right? Because your car's on all the cameras. You're gonna get caught pretty quick.
No, but what if the person you're picking up is an axe murderer?
Oh, I didn't think of that.
Because I haven't heard much about axe murder. Maybe people aren't axe murdering anymore. Maybe they, there's, I don't know, they're using poisons and whatnot.
I mean, it might come back in a style.
It might,
I
right?
think most people are basically, good and decent, and I think that when we let fear divide us, then it keeps you from taking the risks. Not even risks, just taking a chance on bumping into other people, just smiling, like learning about their day, maybe making a new, like we could be just sealed in our cars, like passing by each other silently on the roads. Like we could be missing out on all these wonderful friendships we could have if we just like hitched a ride more often. But I do think that a city provided public transportation offers kind of the best of both worlds.
Right. Well, speaking of that, what about dogging spots, Zoe?
What?
Name one dogging spot, Ronnie.
Like a dog park or someplace
A dog park, right?
can
Yeah.
take their pets.
Yeah, that's right.
Is that an actual thing you've seen? Because if it is, you need to tell
What's
us.
that? Sorry? No, dog parks and cat parks.
Right. Where's the nearest?
Right.
I didn't know we had dog parks.
Oh, I think that in Mirror Park there might be a dog area, and I think there's one up.
Oh, really?
Somewhere
I
up.
love dogs.
Yeah, but you know, this came up a little earlier when we were talking about public green space, and you know, things like community gardens, like dog parks, like all of that. I think could just bring a bit of the outdoors to, you know, to our busy urban lives. And
That's right.
under the planet pillar of my campaign, you know, I'm really interested in just helping the people of Los Santos more with nature, you know.
Right.
So yeah, like a dog park could definitely be part of that.
I love it.
So to
I have
get
a question.
back to okay, shoot.
Oh, sorry. Was there an original question?
Well, I was just going to come back to the housing.
Oh yeah,
just
sorry.
to cap that off.
Yeah,
no, not at all. So yeah, just to, you know, hearing that some of the issue is about perception of safety in certain neighborhoods, but also just location and, you know, convenience to work, especially with a lack of reliable public transit
No
options.
worries, Jen. Had sweet dreams.
So just a question to throw out to the group is whether a wider variety of choices of government provided housing in more locations would maybe address needs that, you know, maybe you don't even need to. You just had the option of a city apartment close to where you work.
Thought you weren't doing Sunday RP anymore. Yeah, I'm not, but today's the Labor Day holiday.
I kind of like everyone being in the same place. You bump into people.
Some Sundays I can
know
do.
what you mean. Convenience-wise, yes, that probably would be better for people.
Right. Or is there a more convenient
Sunday
central location for a city apartment?
I mean, it's pretty much smack bang in the middle of the city, isn't it?
Jerry, Kello, could you, sorry, I only speak English, sorry.
Yeah, there could be like a beach one or something. Like,
are you asking if I want a beer?
Yeah. I mean, as a beach dweller myself.
Bank holiday for us as well tomorrow. Yeah.
Life.
Mm.
Do you speak English, Jerry?
So
sorry,
I just wanted to throw that out there.
I can only speak English.
See if there were any reactions or thoughts, but yeah, Josie, please. What's your question? Please go ahead.
I'm gonna ask this to everyone, by the way. So yeah, don't take it the wrong way. I was gonna say, what do you think makes you sort of different to the other candidates? Like, why? Yeah, what makes you stand out?
Gosh, well, you know, without knowing yet who all the other candidates are, I can't really tell. I mean,
it's a very political answer, Zoe.
Well, I mean, it's true though. I mean, not that a political answer shouldn't be a true one, but yeah, when I announced, I might have even jumped the gun before, like, you know, city council officially announced the election, but kind of knew it was coming, I think, and I just had this fire that, like, this is something I need to do. So what?
Whoops, I said that in character. Sorry.
Apologies, I've got a mouthful of food.
I thought you meant like.
Sorry, I thought you meant excuse
like food,
me.
Like, you know, someone ordered food delivery and it's here or something. So anyway,
I fucked that up, didn't I?
Yeah, so I didn't even know.
Bye, Jarek.
Who else was running or anything. I just knew that, you know, all I can do is be me, really, with the skills and talents and passion that I bring, and I thought that was something that, you know, the city could use. I'm really excited to see other people joining the race and hope more people do. Like I said, if everyone was, passionate and invested enough and felt like they had something to contribute, that like everyone was running for mayor, I think honestly that would be like, what a wonderful city that would be to live in. So, yeah, I mean,
Everyone would vote for themselves, didn't they?
Well, I mean, I think it's usually, good practice to give your vote to another candidate that you think is the most deserving, as if you weren't running, just vote as a citizen. So, hopefully we'd all just pass our votes to each other in one big chain, and everyone would get one big vote, and then we'd all have to be co-mayor together in like, one big city council or something like that. That would be interesting.
Here's the thought, Zoe. Like that idea is lovely.
Thank you, Jen. You too.
Half the city can't do that, right? They can't.
I can't believe I said that in character.
They got in trouble with the cops at some point in their life. What do you feel about that?
Oh yeah. Well, thank you for bringing this up. It's when I heard about that too, I kind of just felt this real like sadness in my heart that, committed people who have been through a lot, who maybe know more than a lot of us about the challenges of the city and who want to serve are denied that opportunity. If someone has like made amends and done their time, or just served whatever they needed to, and they want to serve, like I don't believe someone's record should be an impediment. I mean, especially
what if they've killed someone?
Well, I was going to say, especially depending on the nature of the
especially
offense,
murderers. Like... Oh right.
No. I think it would have to be case by case basis, but I feel like there are probably a lot of maybe people who got in trouble a long time ago, like when they were young, or people who have like non-violent offenses, various drug crimes that is maybe just the case where someone could have used some resources and support, and has moved past that and is now contributing positively to society. And
I mean, I used to do a lot of crime before. I mean, I more or less got caught every single time. But
you kept doing it.
Well, that's why I stopped.
So that's why you stopped, because you kept getting caught. So if you kept getting away with it, you would have kept doing
then
that.
You'd have carried on.
Well, but I've learned my lesson, I mean...
Okay.
Right.
I've been basically told that if I want to clear my record, I mean, I basically got told good luck on that. So
didn't you say you've done over 100 crimes, though?
What? Well, yeah, how many crimes have you been convicted of?
Crimes, just 100 different.
Was this like one of those file sharing things where like each song was a crime or something?
I don't know, but that's not like you're sort of making it seem like you've only done a few things, but the proportion to you is a lot. I think that's
I think we could probably draw the line at 100 convictions, right?
That we can take the spirit of Wilson's question without, having to make this about him or his past, which is, between him and his conscience, and I guess also the city of Los Santos.
Right. Because he'd be screwed if we... Yes.
I personally favor a restorative justice system, that's about taking accountability and, like making amends for harm done, like really acknowledging and holding that, and approaching victims or anyone who's been harmed by your actions in like open process that heals and restores and like returns people to being functioning, contributing members of a community.
What if the victim doesn't want that? Or the victim wants to see you rot in jail?
Yeah, that's true.
Well, that's the victim is a part of the process too.
Well, if they don't want to be, they've already suffered.
Well, and it's it's not prerogative to, or I mean, it is the victim's prerogative not to, be forced into a relationship that they don't want, or, they don't have to accept an apology or forgive the
Right.
perpetrator. But, speaking of individual victims, of course, but, society as a whole can, witness someone just making that apology, like, showing that they understand the seriousness of the harm caused, and that they are taking action to not cause that harm in the future and to do good. So it doesn't have to like confront a victim with the person who harmed them if they don't want that relationship, but that alone doesn't preclude a restorative process, and
Yeah,
it
that's
is a
right.
process.
No, fair enough.
So I would love to, see how the justice system is working currently, and if it is upholding those principles, and where it's not, and how we can integrate more of that. And I think that includes a pathway back to full franchise and full citizenship rights for those who are willing to seriously undertake the process.
Yeah, right. That seems reasonable.
And if anyone who, has more experience and has, gone through it personally wants to talk with me more about it, if you want to do it privately and, not share with others, of course, you're always welcome to contact me. I would love to have those conversations with you and hear your ideas, because you probably have a lot to teach me and to teach all of us. And I think we should be listening to those good ideas wherever they come from. So yeah, I would love to see more people, able to run for office. Maybe if not in this election, then maybe the field for the next mayor of Los Santos will be, far more open and, equitable and accepting of people from all different kinds of life experiences and backgrounds.
All right, let me ask you this, right? Why do you want to be mayor? Very simple. What has made you think, you know what? I'm going to throw me hat in.
Oh, that is an excellent question. I think it really comes from the community, from just everyone around me, and just the support that I've received, just not just material support, like an apartment and, money and like help start a business, but like emotional support and support to grow as a person and thrive. And, when people, seem to be in need of someone who can be a kind of centering, grounding figure that wants to show that they care about others and make things better, then I world, and it seems like the universe is showing me that this is the way where I can make a difference. I've been doing a lot of work kind of like from the ground up, like grassroots activist efforts, and some in collaboration with like the mayor's office and members of city council for things like the swap meets at Mercado Plaza, or the survivor support circle meetings for survivors of crime and violence, and kind of longing for more peace in the city, which was started with funding from and support from the mayor's office, which unfortunately is on hold now. So those events are kind of without a sponsor currently. But the mayor and city officials are where I went for material support to do a lot of these things, which made me realize that you know, that's kind of where the resources and the connection and the knowledge and just the empowerment to get these things done is. So if I just go, then, you know, there's probably a lot more good I can do just using that position and, you know, the sort of passion that I have to try and make this city a better place.
Oh, I love it.
But I think there's, you know, probably a lot of people that would also make great mayor, you know, that have a completely different set of skills and life experiences and passion. I mean, you know, I'm here because this is something I can do. That's not to say that somebody else can do it, but
Can they do it better?
I know I can, so.
Can they do it better?
Well, I don't know. I mean,
we
can each do is the best we can do. So I'm just here to roll up my sleeves and do the best that I can do.
Right. But we're not voting.
Oh, bloody hell.
We're not voting for people who... all right, mate.
Hello, welcome.
Oh, yeah.
You can grab a folding chair and join the circle, please.
Yeah, my legs are getting a bit stiff too, if you want.
As voters...
To stretch a little bit.
I feel very trapped in that corner.
Stretch
all
breaks
right, yeah, let's have a little
important.
stretch.
Now that you mention it, I'm feeling all tense myself. I
feel like a bit of a shake bag. You walk in there, everyone's after standing up.
No, sorry.
Yoga myself.
You got that running.
What's that?
This is the old spot right here where I put
feeling the burn.
I worked right
Feeling the burn, that's right.
the little teapot and just pause between pulling shots to just do a little yoga break.
Well, there'll be a lot less time for that sort of stuff once you're in office, I guess.
Well, I mean, I think there's always time to just, you know, pause and take care of your body and your wellness. And, you know, it's like that saying about the oxygen masks. Sometimes, you know, it's literally about oxygen. What you need is some deep breaths, you know?
I'm actually glad you're here, Sham, because I had a question.
You don't mind if I grab a seat?
I feel like you could have a good input into, yeah.
Okay. All right.
All right. Well, Wilson mentioned about how certain people with records can't go for mayor.
Well, we've not had any confirmation of that. It's just an assumption at the moment.
I'm pretty sure Henry said that, hasn't he?
Confirm Mr. Thornbury's words exactly on the matter, if you like.
Yeah, that would be great.
He said that only candidates with an upstanding moral background will be accepted. However, anybody with items which could be of consideration that are genuinely reformed should speak to a lawyer, and they will be considered on a case-by-case status.
Okay.
A moral background, that doesn't really sound like the purview of the city.
Well, I took a call from Mr. Thornbury himself not 5 minutes ago, my dear. That was his stance on the matter.
It's Thornbury.
I mean,
well,
what's the trouble in like letting anybody stand, right?
That's what I was going to ask Sham. I didn't know if maybe he had a different, you know, angle for this, and I was interested what your opinion was. Do you think that they should?
What's the question? Sorry, should people with criminal records be allowed to run for mayor?
Yeah. Because I'm a bit on the fence myself.
Depending on the crime, of course.
Yeah, obviously, if you've like murdered someone, it's a bit different. But
nah, like anybody, right? Because let the voters vote. For
anybody.
Yeah.
Do you not think there should be consequences for your actions?
What about somebody who's guilty of election tampering?
Yeah.
As?
I think that would naturally exclude somebody.
Right.
Yeah, well, then the voters will know, hey, that this is an asshole that tampers.
Oh, that's a good point. Yeah, that's a good point.
Well, you see, I think the bigger issue would be if we allowed anyone to run.
Yeah.
Especially people like if you had someone that was election tampering. There's no point in them running because no one's going to vote, so you're just wasting time listening to their arguments in the first place, right? Like, people of the city have been very busy. I mean, there's a lot of things going on, so you don't want every person.
Excuse me a moment. I just need to grab a quick snack.
I don't know. To be perfectly honest, I don't know.
Who are you voting for?
Who, me?
Yeah, Sam, who are you voting for?
Well, I haven't heard from anyone yet.
I was going to say, it's only just begun, really, Ronnie.
Yeah,
So.
I've talked to Zoe a small bit, I think. From the people I know, obviously, well, I know 3 people that are running right now, which is Kelly, Zoe, and Greg. I've got no idea who Greg is.
Greg's running.
Yeah, but I think he's a bit like that monster Raven Looney Party thing.
Yeah, you think he's going to turn up with a pin on his head and a cape?
I
You
think
mean?
Violet should be allowed to run, to be honest, I agree.
I don't know. Maybe he's being serious. He's got quite a good video out. Anyway, carry on.
Yeah, so, I mean, Kelly, I don't know that well. I've only met her in a professional sense. She seems quite nice and all that. I don't know what she's, what her things are.
Okay.
I don't suppose you know what Greg's surname is, do you?
Scrambled.
Scrambled.
Greg Scrambled. Is that with... yes, okay. Fabulous.
With an S.
What's that, German?
I think so, yeah. Yeah, okay. Well, I was just interested what your thoughts were.
Yeah, I mean, in my eyes right now, Zoe is the person I would trust the most in the city.
Oh, well, thank you. Your report is so appreciated.
Yeah, and she makes lovely stickers.
Oh, right. Yes, of course. I'd almost forgotten. Now's as good a time as any to pass them out. Thank you for coming out to this. Don't feel obliged to wear this out or anything, but if you do, love if you feel like showing your support.
What we got? What's this? Do I need to stand up?
I'll just. Oh, sure. Yeah. Here. That's for you.
Oh, thank you.
He's on Birdie.
Oh, is he? Yes, you're right. I should probably go straight to the source. You're right.
There you go.
Thanks.
For planet, for people, for
Already
peace.
got one for you, right?
Yep, I got in there first.
Here you are.
Thanks.
One for you.
For planet. So you're going to clean up the waterways?
What? Well, I'd like the city to do whatever it can. Would you like one, Ross?
I'd better take one, hadn't I, Magic?
Oh, okay. I could do.
I was going to get one.
Oh,
thank you very much
go on
indeed.
then.
Yeah, you just have this one.
Thanks.
Of course.
I'm not going to lie, Shem. I'm still thinking about that thing you read earlier.
What about it?
What was this? Some mayoral campaign literature? I haven't. I still have so much to put together.
It was more of an how should we call it?
Well, I called it romanticy, but
Yeah.
Is this a Sister Mercy thing?
That sounds really nice.
yes, Ronnie.
No. That's pornography.
Oh.
It's not.
It's pornography.
How is it?
She's having
Does it
fun.
describe people fucking?
It's not called porn.
Not
though, is it?
quite, but it's very suggestive,
It's probably
right?
it's the oldest form of porn, one would imagine.
No, it's suggestive, right?
I think they used to do it off hieroglyphics.
Oh.
Cave paintings,
Sorry,
right?
Zoe. I
Before they
completely did not
invented
mean to
writing?
derail this. Just ignore it. What I was just saying. I was just kind of saying that to Sham. I didn't mean to draw attention to it.
You used to have to make your own porn,
You
right?
still got a copy?
Of course.
I'll
Well,
tell you
we
what,
should
every
probably
edition... Sorry, Zoe, go ahead.
turn. Oh no, just we should probably turn back to the circle of conversation about like the city and just anything that has got you frustrated or that you wish you could change or just
All right.
Anything got you
just
frustrated,
whatever's
Sham?
on your
Well,
mind.
that brings... It's actually a good segue, right? Two things. I want to see a strip club opened and I want to see porn
Ronnie.
made... Porn.
We already have one.
I want to see porno made legal, right? All through the city.
It's not illegal.
Oh, right.
Porno's not
is it
illegal.
not?
No.
The stuff you probably watch is, Ronnie, but no. For
Oh my
people,
God.
no, generally not.
Oh, what? MILFs with big tits, that's fucking illegal, is it?
Say that again, sorry.
What did you say, JC?
What did you say?
I just want porn to be legal. If it is, I'd like to know about it.
Yeah, but what was
Well,
the
we
last thing you
can we can certainly look into it and see if there may be some like outdated Comstock laws or something that things that shouldn't be on the books that were from the 1800s or something that they never got around to changing. Because
Right.
sometimes you find out that if you like tie your horse to this hitch post on a Sunday, then it'll be 5 months in jail or something. And
Yeah, right.
so maybe it's one of those. We certainly
just
wouldn't
to
want
clarify
anyone.
From the PD side, there's no criminal charges against pornography.
What about strip clubs, and how much are they allowed to show?
But how Anonymous is open. Just it's.
There's no strippers. You never see a stripper there. You never see full.
I agree, but that's not because it's against the law. It's just because no one wants to.
Really?
Ronnie, do you not think there's bigger problems?
Have you ever seen what Scarlet and Sapphire wear?
Yeah, but I've never seen them. I've never seen them. I've never seen their. I've never right. Never.
Right.
That's completely up to them to whatever.
There's
personal choice.
this might be a case not of city policy, but there is an expression that might be relevant now, which is that's one. But I was thinking more be the change you want to see in the world.
Right.
Yes, Ronald. Why did you start a strip club?
Yeah, go on, Ronnie.
I don't want to see
No, I
that.
thought Ronnie was being the stripper in this scenario.
Yep.
Oh, I'm the stripper in this scenario.
I thought that's what you wanted, is it not, Ronnie?
Oh, no. No, that is... Oh, and have a bunch of creeps looking at me, drooling over me. No,
so
I don't want that.
Creep on others, but others aren't allowed to creep on
you. I would be a gentleman about it.
Okay.
All right. Well, I will...
If elected to the mayorship, how open would you be to proposals of a complete sweep of Ronald's hard drive?
Well, I mean, I don't think any proposals should be targeted to a specific individual. If it's a policy that is grounded in.
It wasn't a terribly serious one.
What about making it a law that Ronnie has to take a shower every day?
I take a shower most days, right?
Well, again, I don't think we would pass.
Count as a shower, don't you, Mr. McCafferty?
Listen, I'm sorry, Zoe, but okay. So everybody showers every day, right? Is that what you're telling me?
Yes.
And you wash away your pheromones, right?
My what?
Your
I think
pheromones.
that's how it works, no.
Isn't it?
Yep, I don't think so.
What? Bullshit.
Well, I mean, I think that there aren't any particular statutes about hygiene or anything, that it's kind of a personal choice that and unless it's something that I hear a lot of interest in, I have to say it wasn't on my radar as city issues, but I'm here to listen. So I'd like to maybe just open it up to any other questions. Maybe someone who hasn't spoken or asked a question yet, just to make sure everyone has a chance to be heard. I think here a principle called "Step Up, Step Back" could be really useful too. So your voice is valuable, and well, it's a principle for guiding conversations that make sure that everyone's point of view is represented, and that they're they're fair and equitable. And so it's step up because your voice is needed and valued and heard and everybody counts. And then also once you've spoken, step back to make room for others to step up, to just be mindful that you're making space for everyone to participate. So if you've spoken already and said your piece, I invite you to step back and invite others up. And if you haven't shared yet, then please step up and let us know what's on your mind.
Are you joking me, Josie? Are you
yes.
actually joking me, Josie?
Yeah. I think one of the biggest things that I would like to raise is with the previous set of council members / mayor, there was no incentive for people to run events in the city. It was all just done off people's individual backs. I was wondering if, as mayor, you would provide some sort of recompense to people that would like to run city events.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, thank you for asking that. I feel like as someone who has taken the initiative to conceive and start a bunch of events in the city, and tried to get some government support, just some funding and permitting and help with locations. That is something I have definitely felt. I definitely I don't know if there is anyone serving in this role, or if there was once, or if maybe it was just an idea that was never enacted.
Yeah, like
a
sports
counselor
and
who's
social.
the kind of like director of recreation, like something like that.
I wonder if
think
Reginald's running.
There's definitely enough there for a full-time dedicated community member, and events do so much for a sense of community and bringing people together who maybe might not even ordinarily mix. And it's also just a lot of fun. But yeah, like finding funding, or even just like finding the time on the mayor's schedule to talk about a proposal has in the past been really challenging. And I would just so love to have, a pot of funds set aside for events and to solicit proposals from anyone who has good ideas, or maybe they have a venue, or maybe they have like a particular skill or just connection to something that would be great. And so that anyone can come forward and submit a proposal and work with the city to put that event on and make it the best it can be. I think that's a huge, definitely something under the people of my platform that I would really love to push forward.
Great.
Thank you for that question.
You're welcome.
Is that a hand, Ross? Yeah.
What would your policy on transparency be with regards to the upper echelons of the city council?
Yeah, Reginald.
I mean, is there
a
transparency that you have in mind? I mean, I think that any meetings, any voting records, like official actions, funding, anything that the city council does as a council should be as open, transparent, and participatory as possible. I mean, so when I was really new to the city, actually, it was the first city council meeting that happened since I moved to the city, and I'd heard about it, and I went to City Hall because I was like, oh, I want to see this, city council meeting, like what's going on in this new home of mine. Like I was really curious to just go and sit and observe, maybe ask questions. And I met someone. I think that was actually the night that I met Donkey. Now that I think about it, was also there outside City Council, or outside City Hall, and I said, I heard about this meeting and I'm looking for it. And he's like, oh, follow me, and like led me inside, and we went upstairs into this office and around a table where they were all sitting there. I was expecting like, oh, this is going to be in like the the chamber or something, or they're like on a podium and there's an audience, but it wasn't. It was just like this closed room with them, and they all looked up and they're like, "What are you doing here?" And I'm like, I thought that can't citizens come and watch this? I just wanted to observe. And it was like, no, these are private meetings. Like, you should leave. And yeah, ever since then, I've been wondering, like, why can't citizens go and observe these meetings, and at least to just see, if not, ask questions during the meeting? And like, why can't we access the records? Like, where are the minutes of these meetings? Like, what are the councillors voting on? How do the votes go? Like,
so
how is the money being spent?
would your meetings be open to the public?
I think, yeah, I would definitely push to, enact an open meetings policy for those meetings, because, it's meetings like for the people, like they're our meetings. Like, why shouldn't we see what's going on in there?
Right.
It's a lovely answer.
Have you ever asked somebody from the city council for an answer to that?
I haven't, because I guess there haven't really been any public meetings to ask that at. And, it's a little different to just sort of like, go up to one of them and ask randomly. But yeah, I mean, I also feel like it should be, there's like transparency, just, by fact, like letter of the law, like, yeah, we have some records, and anyone who asks, like, you can make an appointment and you'll be taken to this like dark little records room, and someone will open up and show you a box of minutes that you can look at but aren't allowed to copy or take with you, and that's like access. But that's so different from like, you post on Birdie like, oh, city council meeting happening tonight at 7, like, come by, watch, like, give your questions, and it's just a thing you can go to and see, and like, it's available to everyone.
Yeah, I'd love to know the reason why they don't already do that.
No, I think Ronald, if I may.
Right.
There is two aspects to
Please,
it.
Ronnie, mate.
I think part of that is, one, what people don't know can't hurt them. And two, we don't want to bore you with all the inner workings of City Hall. I mean, trust me, it's a lot of paperwork, a lot of back and forth, a lot of dialogue, and...
If you don't mind me saying so, Mr. Thornbury, I think that's a pretty feeble excuse. I think it's refreshing to hear Ms. McKenzie credit the citizens of this city with a little more intelligence and consideration.
Yes, I mean, it's certainly certainly an approach.
I don't think anyone's suggesting making the meetings mandatory or anything. So, if someone finds them boring, and I'm sure that they probably wouldn't go at all, or, would be free to leave after a while. But, sometimes it's just nice to be invited,
Making them mandatory.
We don't understand that some decisions naturally have to be made behind closed doors. Not everything can be published away before the city council has had time to act upon it.
And I mean, that's why we're electing.
For example, the budget's going.
But that's why we're having elections, so people handle that shit on behalf of us, right? So we don't have to worry about all that shit. Right?
I mean, we've seen what happened to the last mayor. Well,
quite.
I wonder what happened actually.
Right, just to speak on that, from a PD side, the stuff that happened with the mayor was not a council decision, right? That was done off her own back, behind everyone's backs, which she's been duly arrested for. Full transparency in.
Oh, thank you.
In a council meeting wouldn't have made that any more known to the public, right?
Well, yes, they were discussing their budgets, and I think a lot more people would have asked where the money had disappeared to if they'd had access to those meetings.
Yeah, but would that not just cause a witch hunt for a person when there's an ongoing PD investigation happening?
There was a witch hunt for her anyway.
Not with the public.
Well, I certainly had 3 or 4 people come to my desk and ask me what we were doing about it. So I'm afraid I think you're wrong there. There were multiple publications.
Asking what's going on is not the same as a witch hunt for a singular person when people are trying to figure out what's happening.
They were asking us
and
directly why
I think the
Mayor
important
Susie
thing
hadn't
to
been
remember
taken to justice.
The important thing to remember about the term witch hunt is that
quite suspicious.
well, I mean, if we remember the witches and the witch hunt, you know, they were all just innocent women who were practicing natural healing and, you know, traditional folk wisdom and earth-based medicine, and, you know, they were innocent women who were being persecuted in a, you know, a kind of genocide of matriarchal wisdom and, you know, traditional folk belief, and, you know, that's what makes a witch hunt. It's a persecution of, you know, innocent people for a particular cause.
But didn't they have?
You're right. I think I might have used an outdated term there.
Didn't they?
Pursuing justice when someone has committed wrongdoing that's just investigation.
And someone who has put themselves forward to be the utmost representative for the citizens of the city, no less.
But I mean, what is the everyman going to do about that? What can they do about that, right? Isn't it the police's responsibility?
Yes, nobody is suggesting that we should be, you know, pursuing them ourselves, but we're saying that they should have a recourse for us to ask them questions, and that attending public meetings and seeing where the money goes might be a very big influencer on there.
Yeah, I don't disagree with you there. And from speaking to Chief LeChuck and the commissioner last week, I do believe, Reginald, maybe you can tell me if I'm wrong here, but I do believe there will be a council press release happening to answer all the questions about this, because obviously it's quite a high-profile case. It just hasn't happened yet.
Oh, yes, no doubt. Yes, I'll need to confirm with Chief LeChuck and the rest of the city council, but yes, we do aim for transparency on this issue.
Are you aiming for that to be before the election or following?
Well, I think, you know, there's still some facts to be ironed out. I don't think we'd like to speak prematurely.
Understood.
All right. So,
but
in
summary, that's something you would be seeking, Ms. McKenzie, is a little more transparency in terms of the day-to-day operations of certainly the mayor's office as well as the city council.
Oh yes, absolutely. I mean, I think we could all, with a better understanding of, you know, the role of the mayor and how they function. I mean, you know, myself included. I only wish I was able to attend all those meetings in the past, and, you know, again, hopefully for the next cycle, you know, the next time someone is thinking about going into government office, they'll, you know, have had the opportunity to see it and learn firsthand.
But I'll give you a scenario, right? Chief of police, he's asking the mayor, all right, we need a bigger budget, right? We need, I don't know, 5,000 quid. And the mayor's saying, well, we can only afford 3,000 quid, right? And then the police say, no, we really need it for, and, you know, this reason, that reason. So the mayor, he or she has to say, well, all right, we can take two grand from here and put it over there, right? I mean, that's having all that out in the open. Isn't that going to cause a lot of disagreement amongst people? And, you know, it's going to be a bit, what's the word? Divisive, isn't it? Some people be for a certain thing, people be against a certain thing, and if they see all the inner workings, they're going to get bogged down in all of that, aren't they?
It's normally a budget set out, isn't there? Like, in general, it doesn't necessarily mean it follows those exact numbers. Is that right, Zoe?
I don't know.
Well, I'm sure there are budgets, but, you know, there are decisions that need to be made, and the councillors are the city's elected representatives to make those decisions. And, you know, for that, they have to be accountable to the people. So, you know, if people have legitimate concerns or maybe things that they're their elected officials haven't thought of, that they want to raise or explain why they favor one view or another, then any elected official, the mayor, councilors, should have an open door, or at least a way for their constituents to express those, to guide their decision making and making sure they're really serving the people. So
I don't think it's sustainable, because you're always going to be pissing somebody off. With you, any decision you make, you're going to be pissing somebody off, right? Especially when they can see all the working out, all the receipts for it. That's not sustainable. You're going to be kicked out.
Well, that's why we have to have these collaborative systems of decision making, where everyone's voice has a chance to be heard, and we can learn from each other and compromises and find solutions.
I think you're always, no matter what, accountability or not, you're always going to be pissing people off, right? But the more you show them, the more they're going to get pissed off, I feel.
I think we're seeing how sometimes not seeing things can lead to negative feelings and negative outcomes too.
That's true. That's a good point.
So the short answer is that I am for open meetings and transparency in city council and the mayor's office, and that I will certainly work to institute that if I'm honored to have a seat on that council or as the mayor.
And people want to be led, right? Otherwise, yeah, we'd all be putting our hat in or run at the mayorship, right? We want to be led. We want a leader. We want somebody to say, don't worry about this. I'm going to fucking take care of all of it for you to the best of my ability. All I ask you for is your trust, right? And that's effectively what our vote means, right? Trust.
Right. If I could rephrase that slightly, I mean, it's not even rephrasing because it's the words that you yourself used. I think more than wanting to be led, maybe what we all really want is, in some sense, to be taken care of, to know that someone out there is looking out for us, or maybe that we're all looking out for each other. And that's what I really want to foster as mayor.
And that's the thing. That's what all politicians say, that, right? No, I'm looking out for you. I'm looking out for you. But they never do fucking shit. They only make themselves richer, right? And they never actually do anything good for people. So how are you going to stand out from the rest of the crooks, right? And earn our trust?
Well, it's true that I can't take care of every single person in the city. No one could. That's just such a impossibly monumental thing to ask of anyone. But all that I can is to do my very best to honor the trust put in me, and to work, every minute that I'm working as mayor toward making it easier for us all to take care of each other, and for the city to take care of its citizens. And I think that just opening up ways for people to first be informed and know what's happening, and to have the ability to participate if they have something to give, is the best way to harness all this great energy that's in the city and give people something good to direct it to.
And at what point
would you sorry, go ahead.
No, go ahead, Sam.
I was just wondering if would it be a mayoral decision to bring back, like, Woodcock used to run these fantastic community meetings, which I think went really well, and I think the city's been lacking them a lot, to just hear thoughts from the community rather than it being a council thing. You know what I mean?
Right. I mean, I loved those meetings, and I really keenly feel their absence now that Woodcock isn't here with us, and I feel like that's part of sort of this void of the sense that someone was looking out for everyone or bringing people together or making that space for us all to come together. And, you know, he was kind of doing it in, I think, both a spiritual and a political capacity, you know, as both a member of the clergy and a member of the city council. And I think they felt like not particularly religious spaces, but, you know, they did often touch on the city and just what it's like to live here and, you know, concerns that people had and, you know, just their feelings of peace and safety. And so I think there is a role for something like that that maybe involves the whole city council or comes, you know, as mayor, I would certainly be delighted to host something like that for everyone in the city. Yeah, Josie.
Well, I actually wanted to ask this to Reginald. I'm just out of interest. Did Woodcock ever actually tell you what people said from these meetings?
Oh, yes, plenty.
Right.
I got
it always kind of felt like it went into the air and nothing ever came of it, you see.
Oh no, Daniel would feed back to the city council on a regular basis. Well, there was certain things in the works, and yes, then everything went to shit.
Right, I see. Okay, sorry, I was just curious, just whilst Reginald was here.
Now that is a great question. And yeah, you know, I think that if the council meetings themselves were open and maybe, you know, followed by once the official meeting adjourned, if there was a period to take questions or facilitate that, those members would themselves necessarily turn into a kind of engaged community meeting about the business of the city, and all of the members would be present and we could speak to them directly and to each other.
I mean, yes, I mean, potentially, yes. But another argument may be, you know, too many cooks in the kitchen.
Well, I mean, decision making would rest with the council, but, you know, it would be one avenue for the council to seek information and seek feedback from the people to guide their decision making and to be able to show to the people that they were making decisions in a wise way and delivering real benefit. It wouldn't necessarily be, you know, citizens wouldn't be voting at the meetings or anything because they're not on the council, but I mean, it never hurts to listen to what someone is saying.
Would you be open to more public consultation on larger scale issues?
Well, certainly, yes. I mean, I think that, I mean, if a new complicated issue comes up and, you know, it has lots of sides and lots of pros and cons, and it's not clear what the right thing to do is, and there might be lots of arguments one way or another, a lot of ramifications, why wouldn't you seek all the information you could get and get as many diverse perspectives as you could before making a decision? I mean, gosh, I sure would want to.
But at what point are people just governing themselves, right?
You make that sound like a bad thing.
Well, what's the point of putting our trust in the people, electing a single person to do it?
Because we'd be putting our trust in each other.
I don't want to worry about any of this shit.
Well,
and I mean,
you wouldn't have to. It's perfectly within your rights not to attend, and to, you know, if you trust the choice that you made and believe that your official is working for you, and you have other things to do, then yeah, that you're perfectly free to go and, you know, pursue whatever it is that you're called to do. No one's saying that you have to be involved, but
no, I
the
know.
pathway is there if you did want to.
Well, okay. Well, ideally, right, the person I vote for will be the one making them decisions, right? And let's say that's the outcome that happens. The person I vote for, they're the ones who wins. They're the ones in charge of making decisions for me, right? I don't want everybody else having a say in that. I want the person who I voted for to have a say in that. That's what I voted for. I didn't vote for everybody else.
Well, you voted for someone who you thought would be able to take that input and use it in a wise manner, right? I mean, if you don't trust them to be able to hear other voices and use that to form an even better opinion of their own, then then that sounds like you maybe don't really trust that person.
Oh, you got me there.
Does anyone else have a question, or anyone who hasn't spoken yet, or yeah, maybe you'd like to introduce yourself there. It's Mr. Thornbury, right?
Yes, Reginald Thornbury.
Yes.
Business license officer of Los Santos. Who
Oh,
knows?
yes,
Potentially
right.
soon to be mayor. Potentially, who knows?
Are you throwing your hat in as well?
Oh, I mean, I've been wavering on it. Don't want to commit just yet.
Right.
I have a question for you, actually, because I haven't heard too much, too much news about this or statement from the council. But is there someone serving in the role of acting mayor right now, or is the council just operating without a mayor? Yeah, I'd love to hear more about how that's working, or just your position from inside city council. Yeah, what's on your mind?
Well, now I'm sure our legal expert Henry would be able to describe it much more succinctly than I can. But per the Constitution, if the mayor is indisposed for any reason, the decision making falls to the city council, the 4 core members, I believe it is, which is the chief of police, the chief of medicine, Henry von Humphrey, our judge, and there's one other, but I can't.
Is it yourself, Reginald?
It's actually not.
Is it not the
You may be
commissioner?
surprised to hear.
Police
I'm actually
commissioner?
not one of the core
Yeah,
members.
is it not Roger?
Potentially Roger, yes. I can't
I believe
remember,
it's
but
Roger, yes.
But yes, and what happens is the city council votes on
Hi, Tom.
any issues at this point.
Hi,
Hello,
Reginald.
welcome.
Hi.
Oh, hi, Tom.
Please grab a folding chair and join us, Tom. So glad to have you here.
Oh, hey, Paul.
Sorry, I'm late. I got the wrong time.
Oh, no, just had a little family emergency and we had to push it back. So no worries. You made it and we're glad you're here. Yes, Shem.
I was just wondering, I don't know why, but I met someone earlier today and it's just got it in my head. There's nowhere in the city to buy baguettes. Is that something the mayor could bring in?
Baguettes?
Yeah. I miss my chicken fillet rolls from back home. I'd like some place to serve them. Chicken fillet rolls.
Right. I mean,
Josie,
as
you've no
part of
idea.
cultural
It's like
enrichment
nectar.
program. I think it's valuable for people to have access to different traditional foods.
Yeah.
So if someone, wanted to bring baguettes to the city, but they needed a little help and support, maybe they don't know the best sources for fresh locally milled flour, or maybe they need, help finding a suitable retail location, or maybe they need a bit of a grant or a loan to get a certain kind of baking oven. Then maybe that's something that a mayor's office program could help with. I see our role as if elected, I think the mayor's office, its role should really be to just facilitate people doing whatever they can to make the city better, whether that's opening a new business, offering a great new kind of bread, healing people, leading events, cleaning up the city, figuratively or literally, doing sanitation work, whatever that is, whatever you've got to make the city better. I think the mayor's office should be able to help you make that happen.
And would the baguettes be free?
What?
Oh, well, I mean, hypothetically, this is just the mayor starting a new business initiative to get a local small business owner off the ground with a new offering that would culturally enrich the city. So, maybe with that kind of support, the offerings would be more affordable than they might be otherwise if the owner had to, recoup all those costs on their own. But you know, maybe other than like maybe on opening day have a like try out this new business, get a free baguette thing. But other than that, it'd probably just be one more business kind of weaving into the beautiful tapestry of the city. Yes, Tom, question.
My tummy feels a bit icky. I just need to go boom boom really quick. Can someone come with me?
Oh my god, what is wrong with you?
Josie, could you just come here for 2 seconds?
Just be careful, there's not a toilet in here.
No, it's okay.
I didn't quite hear, but what?
Sorry, I was just saying be careful.
That's fine.
Just be careful, Shan. There's not a toilet in the teapot. So I was just. You made a point there. You're going to make the streets cleaner. Like, how are you going to do that?
Well, I mean, I think this is a question for you actually, because I'm here to learn from everyone in the city, and you know, everyone has their own particular area of expertise, and you know, if someone said like, oh, I want the streets cleaner, then what I would think is, oh, I need to go to the master of the bins and find out what he knows about these streets and what would make them cleaner. So
well,
yeah,
I would tell you to go and speak to the business license officer, because it's all the business waste. If you look at the rubbish around that bin there.
Yes, and I would kindly refer you to the mayor.
What actually is your role then on the council, Mr. Fence?
Well, sorry, what was that question?
What actually is your role then?
Oh, I'm like head of like refuge management.
Refuge?
Master of the bins is the official title.
I do rather think that the bins would fall within your purview, would they not?
Oh yeah, but you have to go to the source. That's part of recycling and reduce. You know, do you know the 5 R's?
But
is it 5?
We're gonna create waste, whatever happens.
Where does it fucking end?
Deal with it. Do you not think?
I remember the 5 R's. I wasn't paying attention to it when I got hired.
But, well, I understand we're always going to make waste. I mean, I make waste every day. I don't know how much waste you make, sir, but certainly
as much, I would imagine.
But business and industrial waste is quite a key thing, you know, to manage. Certainly from a council's perspective.
Yes, and we're asking what your part of.
So I pick up that rubbish and clean it up, but like, see, when I get overwhelmed because there's too much rubbish to pick up, or people like hide their bins behind, you know, inaccessible places like Ronnie's work, it's really difficult to do my job.
So what you're saying is you're a bin man. You don't actually do anything with the council in your role.
I do a lot with the council.
Would you mind telling us?
Well, he probably counsels on matters of bins.
Well, let's say we all presume that, you know, actually picking the rubbish up and putting in the lorry, driving the lorry and putting it in whatever dump it probably all goes to.
The recycling centre up north, yeah.
What actual role do you have on the council, and what does that role entail?
Management and oversight of all that, including all the fleet of trucks.
Okay, so you just oversee the operations of that. I see. You don't actually deal with any policy or anything of that nature.
Well, I would change the policy if I could. I speak to LeChuck and Chief, Commissioner Lovegood and stuff, and say, look, I want to charge people and fine people for this littering.
That's well understood. That's very fair, Miss McKenzie. I know that you're particularly. It's one of your passions is, recycling and making sure that we reduce waste. Would you be interested in perhaps giving Mr. Fence more powers to control how our waste is dealt with and those who make more of it?
Right. Well, yeah, thank you. And Wilson, just want to say I see the hand, so to spare your arm, I will call on you as soon as I address this. So one of the 3 pillars of my campaign are planet, people, and peace. And yeah, as part of like nurturing the planet, I feel that like making Los Santos a more sustainable city is a hugely personally important goal of mine. I've personally volunteered many hours working weekends, helping to sort recyclables, up in the recycling center, which is way up in Paleto Bay, way outside the city. And I would, again, as a individual activist, I started a petition and, have spoken to, some members of council about trying to expand recycling and, bringing more accessible recycling programs into the city and maybe adding incentives. So that is something that I'm very eager to explore if elected. And yeah, also just, like I said, I want to hear from, especially from those who are doing the job and from the council member who's in charge of overseeing sanitation. What are the challenges? And just help craft and support policy that will address them. If that is, a more regular schedule of pickups, maybe we need new kinds of facilities. Maybe we just need more people doing the job. So yeah, Tom.
What are you going to do about the people that rummage through bins? We're not talking about the waste, and we're actually talking about stuff in the bins ready to be collected. That people jump in them and just pull the shit on the ground, and it's all over the place and making a bigger mess. What are you going to do about that?
Yeah, I mean, so I am, I am a big proponent of the, #Freegan movement. I believe that saying items and removing as much as we can from the waste stream doesn't need to be thrown away, because really there is no such thing as a way. But if we can, repurpose items and, give them a second life, I think that's actually a really valuable opportunity. I would love to educate more people on how to do it safely and responsibly. I mean, obviously, if you're going in and making a big mess and throwing things around, that's super not being respectful and responsible, and is making life harder for the sanitation workers, which is definitely not what anyone who's doing that should be doing. So yeah, I think it's a wonderful thing, and more people should be encouraged to find out just how they can keep things out of the waste stream and salvage items and use them sustainably and responsibly. So
you think people should go through the bins?
Yeah, I mean, ideally we get to it before it goes to the bins, so that no one even puts it there in the first place. But there's currently just so much stuff that is perfectly usable, precious materials drawn from the earth, at the cost of so many resources and so much labor and care, only to be used, turned into a piece of plastic, something that's only used for a moment and then discarded, or it's going to choke some sea turtle to death. No, that's good. But if you can and turn it into an art project or something and give it a new life, yeah, I think ideally don't throw it away in the first place, but it and you can take it safely and responsibly, then more power to you.
I think the bulk of people aren't going to care, right? They're just going to say, oh no, it's going straight in the bin, I don't fucking care. I think that's a trade-off of mass production, isn't it?
Well, I think there's things we can do on the demand side, and if there's just any policy we can do to oh, I'm sorry, Wilson, please forgive me. You had your hand up for, and we kind of stayed on this trash topic, but
it's alright. It's about a little bit of the trash as well, and kind of a question to Mr. Fence as well. There's not really that many trucks going around, so there's not many trucks going around, and every time I notice my street.
You what?
What did you say there?
The streets down in Grove Street area there, it's always so much garbage, and it's one of the first streets I go on my route, and by the time I'm done with my route, everyone from the other streets just go and throw it over there. It's like, I haven't done anything.
Do you think it's a lack of baguettes? If people had
Maybe.
baguettes, they'd be just so much happier all
Right.
the time.
So
But
yeah,
but
I
also
think I'll be picking up loads of baguettes all the
please
time.
continue.
Another thing is as well, we don't really have a place to like put away plastics or glass. Like I have so much glass and plastic just laying around that I found in the bins I want to recycle and all that, but it's just nowhere to put it.
Oh, I am so with you. So if you've been down to Mercado Plaza swap meet, which is a quarterly event, or at least it's supposed to be, that from the mayor's office. So I guess we're kind of missing a sponsor for the summer swap meet. I'm really hoping that it will be able to go forward, but you might notice that there's one stall kind of over to the side that's kept, that one's padlocked. And a proposal that I'd spoken to various members of the council. I think I may have even brought it before the mayor at one point. But yeah, my thought was to turn that into a collection point for all kinds of recyclables, so that people could just bring it, leave it there, and then a truck could come and collect it and take it. Currently up to Paleto Bay, but processing facility here in the city. And we expand what we accept, things like, that plastic, that glass, aluminum cans. Those are like one of the most recyclable items, like, in terms of what you can recover, in terms of the energy use. Those cans just like crushed and thrown in the trash, and there's no like deposit scheme, there's no place to return those. And paper, I mean, how many flyers and business cards and things do you get? I mean, those stickers that I handed all of you, those are,
it's mostly you, Zoe.
Those are printed on 100% recycled paper with plant-based inks. It costs in place, but I spoke with the manager and convinced them like it would really benefit everyone to get these items in stock, but even they have trouble sourcing them sometimes. And yeah, so those should be recycled. Those should be going back into, newspapers. Like, how many people have like an old issue of the newspaper lying around? Paper bags, like fast food places, like, there's just so much paper that we're sort of passing around. And up north, they're logging the forests, they're cutting down trees, these beautiful ancient like pine forests to make like paper pulp, and we're not recycling the paper that we have. So
you keep saying
I don't.
Sorry,
you go, Ronnie.
well, you keep saying recycling, right? What about like fucking edible cans, for example? Edible plastic.
Edible what?
Edible cans or edible plastic, stuff like that, right? So instead of having to
Like
deal with it,
bamboo.
we just fucking eat it.
No.
That is a
Still
really
gonna end up
interesting
shitting it out.
idea.
Or you could just like use a glass and then wash it.
I mean,
Right, but
they don't have to be edible by you necessarily. I mean, maybe they
Yeah,
could
like
be
compostable
biodegradable, so that
Mm.
we can have microorganisms eat them and then use them as compost to fertilize the community gardens that we can start in the middle of neighborhoods that are currently food deserts, where you can't get a fresh vegetable, a ripe tomato, a head of lettuce. Like, how about that?
I don't
Right.
think the food at Pizza This is that bad that you need to resort to eating cans, Ronnie.
What do you mean that
Unless
bad?
Ronnie's making it, of course.
Oh, very
Made by
funny.
me.
Very funny. I bet I make a better, no offense, Josie,
that,
but I
Sham?
bet
Are
I
you
make
gonna
a better salami pizza than you do. I would.
Nothing.
No, but I mean, I'm not saying, it's going to improve the taste of the pieces, Sam. I'm just saying it's going to reduce the burden on the master of bins here, right? Clean up the waterways, right? Which is the biggest issue. people talking about the climate change, all this bollocks. Right, it's the fair waterways that we need to worry about. Everybody
I
thinks.
want to clarify. I wasn't.
Oh,
I wasn't saying,
that is a
eat cans
great
instead
point.
of pizza.
Right.
It felt like that.
I was saying the way Ronnie was talking was like gasping.
No,
for
I
a can to
understand.
eat.
Right.
Is he that desperate? Yeah, I understand.
Yeah.
But that was the point I was making earlier. Like, a lot of our waste is originating from industry in the city and businesses, and I think they should be held to account for what they produce or not produce and how they go about it.
Absolutely. I would love to see, any city or any business in the city that, for example, sends out like, paper bags, have to accept those bags back for recycling. Or if you sell canned beverages, should, maybe that business should be a drop-off point to return the cans for recycling, and then they can be collected, claimed rather than entering the waste stream. And that's something that you could do at the city level through policy.
Well, I don't understand. So if someone collects the cans, then what do they do with them? How is that not returning it to the waste stream anyway?
Well, because they would be collecting them for recycling. So it would go to the recycling center and it would already be separated out. And, ideally we could do that in the city, or,
Right,
without
like
having to ship it up to Paleto Bay.
Pre-organized almost.
What about also?
If someone went and bought something from your place, Josie, and then they were like, "I'm done with it," they don't go and throw it in the ground. They go and give it back.
Like what though? A pizza box? We don't have any waste really.
But like beer bottles.
Well, we serve beer in glasses.
And you serve canned sodas, so you
which
could
can be
accept aluminum
recycled.
cans for recycling.
That's on the people who make this. We don't make the sodas.
There's nowhere to drop off aluminum cans. That's a big hole in the city's recycling.
That would be on the manufacturer of the cans, not on Josie
We
here.
have a glass bin though.
Yeah, but your bins are inaccessible. I've had this conversation with Ronnie.
Right.
Yes, I know. I don't know what they were thinking when they built that place. What about you get a crane, right, on your dump truck, so you can drive up as close as you can, then use a claw to grab the fucking thing and empty it that way.
Walk over to the bin and move it.
I've asked this. I actually asked the Chief LeChuck if these helicopters got a big crane that he could go and like pick up the bins for me.
There you go.
Why can't you just wheel it over? It's got wheels.
What? Okay, he's got a billion. Bins. He's got a billion bins to collect, right?
Yeah, but that's how it is.
I'm just saying it's not. You're not making it easier, and
no, I get that.
People like the easy option, especially when it comes to rubbish. They just want to get rid of it.
That's
and we're trying to prevent, or at least reduce the amount of waste.
On a slightly different matter, this would all take some funding, presumably, to implement. Would you be seeking a crackdown on taxation for local businesses? I'm actually rather sad that Mr. Thornbury isn't here for this question.
I don't think that crackdown is the right term, but I think we may have touched on this briefly before you joined us. But yeah, just for anyone who's wondering, I feel like, I've said that as a business owner myself, I have never I've never had any collection of
You've never had a collection?
licenses, or I haven't. I've saved it, and I've inquired about, like, I'm afraid of like a bill coming for like all this stuff that I owe, but I have set it aside, so just when it is collected. But that's just like this environment of uncertainty, and that the fees are really big for when they are collected, and if you're used to them not coming, like it could be easy to get caught out. So yeah, I think that consistency and predictability is certainly key.
Right. Well,
I would have to study to see if the amount being charged is fair, like, given the revenue of the business and its expenses. I can't say, from where I'm sitting now, that I have the data to know about how those fees are calculated or why. But yeah, I think it should be it should be predictable and fair so that successful businesses are paying their share.
Well, there goes your business vote. If you're coming after the bottom line, they're not going to vote for you.
So, like, you own a business, don't you?
I do, yes.
Yeah. So, is there not any documentation shared with you in regards to that? Because there certainly is, like, council stuff that outline, like, the rules of, like...
I never received anything like that.
Reginald just walked in and said, "You owe me money," and I said, "Who are you?"
Oh. See, I told you, we need to speak to the business. Maybe we speak to Reginald and tell him to go and do his job.
Yeah, I think so.
I actually have some documentation.
Yeah, who's snoring?
I actually have some documentation which shows that he has actually been pulled up by the council on more than one occasion.
I mean, I'm obviously not complaining that he's not asked me for money, but...
Well, I mean, I think that, you know, as a business owner, you should be proud to give back to the city that supported your business and allowed you to thrive.
Oh, right.
I mean, I certainly would be, like, without the support of the city and the mayor, I never would have been able to open this business. But, you know, I got all the support at the right time, and, you know, was able to give the city something that it needed. And I want to see more of that. You know, anybody else who has a great idea and just a little support, and then once that's something sustainable, then, you know, if they have a lot of surplus revenue, like, pay it forward to help the next great idea get off the ground.
But I think businesses in their very nature don't care about that. They care about the revenue, right? Profit and loss. And imagine a business, right? It's its own entity, and it doesn't have feelings. It's effectively psychopathic, right? It's not going to care. It just cares about bottom line. That's the nature of it. It's.
I know.
Sorry?
Is that the official line of Pizza This, or is that just your personal opinion?
No, explain why corporatism. Explain why corporatism is so fucking brutal and ruthless, right? Explain that to me.
He's just saying that why would he's not saying about Pizza This, it just means a business.
Any business. Right. Nobody cares. Nobody's going to force their business to do something like that. It's up to the business, right? And the business can't care. The business doesn't care. It has no feelings, right?
I would say...
Well, that's why we need a consistent and universally applied city policy to, you know, help them pay their fair share.
I was going to say there is printed city statute right and laws. Maybe you should speak to, like, a city council member.
Maybe they should have told the people who own the businesses.
Aren't you a city council member, Tom?
Yeah, but, like, I mean, I don't speak to people about business fines and stuff, but there is a Business Compliance Act.
Yeah.
I would say I'd be happy to give money to the council if they were giving me anything.
They give you a business.
They didn't give it me. I bought it off of Nancy with my own money.
Yeah, but I mean, it's still owned. You don't own the business, right?
The council pays my wedges, and I pick up your rubbish. So that's what you're paying for.
Pays your wedges.
My wages.
Wedges.
I think that every city in this business, the city itself thriving, whether that's through the services that it provides, or, you know, just being in a great location, and, you know, the customers, the people who you know, feel like safe and provided for, and, like, have the money to come and spend at the business, like that's all part of the city as an ecosystem. So
but I think
if you just had a Pizza This out in the middle of the desert, you know, just between some rocks and some sand, and, you know, some coyotes running around, then, you know, there wouldn't be any business taxes. But I think you might not have everything that you need to make Pizza This, or whatever your business is, the place that it is here in Los Santos.
Yeah, Zoe, McLean's has had it pretty similar to Truth Organics. We ain't paid any business license fees, right? But I guess that's created a problem, right? Because we should have been. And
yeah, and I've been paying
all the businesses, we've been having it pretty good. So we ain't been paying it, and now with Now we're gonna be expected to. We're so used to not doing it now, right?
See, that's the thing. At what point does it become a burden on small business? And then you put them out of business.
The amount it was before.
You put them out of business, and
maybe
then
those
there's no
amounts need
business.
to be investigated. So
How much was it?
I think it was like $2,000
You what?
a month.
$2,000 from how many pizzas do you sell?
Not a lot to cover that.
But how often?
A month.
It should be every
2,000 a
4
month.
weeks. Going by
Yes.
That's a lot.
That's
for-
20 pizzas in a month. That doesn't sound like a lot.
How much do you think a pizza is?
You have to also pay
Well,
and then-
a pizza and a drink
wages
is
as well.
£100, right?
Yeah, and I don't get all of that money.
Oh,
You
yeah,
get, like-
yeah.
The business does.
No, it doesn't.
You get commission on the sale, but the business gets the money.
Yeah, but Ronnie
Yeah.
has to get a share, or I, like myself, gets a share, and then there's the ingredients cost and the employee
Overheads.
cost. Yeah, it's not as black and white as you saying. Is what was all I'm saying.
You should charge more.
I probably should, but you know, I've just kept it as Nancy did. But that's besides the point.
So
We don't have to.
Your only business that's been fined, or sorry, not fined, charged.
It looks like it.
See, that's the thing
don't
as
say
well.
fine.
You come after businesses, they're just going to pass that cost along to everyday people. So you're really coming after everyday people.
I'm not saying we shouldn't pay. I just, there's definitely some work to be done there. It was my only kind of thing there. And to feel more support from the council, I think, is a valid opinion.
Right. Well, I'm
Yeah, I
I'm
don't
definitely
disagree.
writing down that I'm feeling there's a lot of uncertainty and just like hesitation and fear maybe about the business licenses and how they're charged and when they're charged and how much is paid and what happens if the enforcement or regulatory environment changes. So yeah, definitely hearing that this is a real matter of concern for people, and we'll definitely be looking into what kind of action might be needed to make everyone just feel better about being part of this business community here in this community that we've got.
I mean, there's certainly been a lot of underfunding in the council, and I guess that led to the whole investigation to begin with. But if we're not collecting fees or we're choosing different policy depending on the business, that's usually odd. Because I mean, I remember like the twins talking about being charged all the time at Tequila La and stuff, and
Well, it seemed very much whenever Reginald decided to turn up. So if someone wasn't open, he just wouldn't collect it.
Oh.
It wasn't like he'd picked. It's just that I happened to be open, I guess, and these guys weren't.
I don't. I wasn't really often at Pearls, but we lost business because we more or less couldn't keep up, as well as people couldn't work. So much.
What with the fees?
Well, it didn't help that most of the people working there was not available to work most times.
Oh, so you mean you're making a loss?
Business wasn't very
back-
viable then, right?
Back
So it's
in
probably
back
a
in
good
the,
thing.
back in the days of Pearls, there was maybe 3-4 businesses open at the same time, though, so that makes sense.
Yeah.
At the moment, there's a bit of a hole of businesses where there's only ever one open,
Yeah.
maximum at a time.
Yeah, when I was working at Pearls, I could go there. I just stand there for hours, and one person show up.
Yeah.
And that's about it.
Which is obviously not good either, because you're making no money even though it's open, right? Like you're getting your wage, but the business is making no money to pay a business fee. But I don't know. I feel like if a business fee was brought to a case by case basis per business, there's just going to be so much fighting between business owners.
Oh yeah, I don't think we should do that.
I guess it's down to the discretion, but I guess part of the check is meant to be like an audit. I'm reading on this Business Act.
Oh right.
So just so like it's not like a just in case no businesses are like a criminal organization or something, like it's actually all above board.
Oh, I didn't realize that.
I feel like we're going to go around in circles here with this, because I don't think anyone's going to agree on
Zoe's
paying
took what
fines.
she needed to from it, right, Zoe?
Yeah, I think the definitely learned is that this is an issue that's going to require a lot of study and a lot of attention and listening to balance everyone's needs, but that there's a lot of improvement, room for improvement over the current situation. So, yeah. I'm going to just stretch my legs again and grab another quick bite. Everyone feel free to do the same if you like.
Do you mind if I just shout my question while you can think about it while you're getting...
Oh, sure. That's fine. Yeah.
I'm just wondering, there's been a lot of talk in the city recently and from a couple of months ago. Maybe Tom, you'd be interested in this question as well. But what would your plan be in the case of an alien invasion, Zoe?
Oh, jeez.
Oh gosh. Well,
Does the council have
like,
anything
first
on
contact with an alien intelligence would be like so amazing. Like if I was even alive to see that, like, wow, just wow.
Assuming they were friendly.
Well, you've met Donkey, haven't you?
Right. I mean, well, we'd certainly
donkeys aren't
go
aliens, they're donkeys.
and, you know, meet them in
Well,
peace.
it's not really a donkey either, to be honest. It's more of a man donk.
But yeah, I imagine that. Sorry, let me just finish this.
That's all right.
Yeah, I imagine that they would have so much to teach us. You know, I mean, yeah, maybe they have like devised the perfect solution to business licenses using their like ancient alien wisdom. You know, like using like mathematics that we've never even heard of, and yeah, I would just like, you know, I guess as the city's leader, if it was like the city that they made contact with, I would be the like leader that they would ask to be taken to, and you know, I'd be so excited to take that meeting and, you know, say like, oh, you know, I guess it would be for them to say we come in peace, and I would say we're here in peace. And yeah, just really get down to like communing with those alien minds, you know.
I think if we do get invaded by aliens, I do think we need baguettes for that time. I think.
Would we need to like pick someone to like donate to them?
Oh, I mean,
like
when you say donate, do you mean sacrifice? Because that's a mental question, Josie.
Not to interrupt, but to talk about baguettes, I kind of looked at some stuff here on my phone, and I'm getting ads for baguettes.
Oh, they must be listening then.
Who's selling them? Can you forward me that
ad? No, not really.
Oh,
no.
maybe your wish is already granted.
Baguettes.
Well, thank you for your time, Miss McKenzie. I'm
Yes.
afraid I probably should be getting off now, but
Me too.
no, it's been very refreshing to hear such spirited and invested public discourse around the city's governmental systems.
Indeed.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, I think the most exciting thing is just seeing so many people get active and involved and like engaged in their city and what it's doing, you know. I mean, no matter what happens with my campaign, you know, whoever gets the seat, like I think there are a lot of great candidates running, and like I said, I welcome more to enter the race. I mean, if anyone sitting here has been inspired by the conversations here tonight and thinks that you have energy and ideas that maybe could serve the city in that top spot, like heck, like I encourage you to join us and run alongside us. You know, as candidates, we can bounce ideas off each other and make each other strong. Whoever gets that role, I mean, ultimately knows they have the whole city behind them. So yeah, I'll be I'm going to be kind of going on a listening tour of the city, and you know, for the next week and a half or so, I'm going to be like meeting with locals and traveling around different parts of the city and meeting with different special interest groups. But yeah, stay tuned for, you know, more just like sit down and chat ideas, like chat event like this. This has been really great.
Marvelous.
Yeah, Tom.
So I want to formally invite you along for a bin route. if you wish, pick up the trash of the city.
Ooh, VIP Miss McKenzie.
Oh, I would love that. It's long since I've gone on a bin route, and yeah, they were a lot of fun.
Did she get?
But yeah, I would love to
high-vis?
ride with the. Oh, I've got one already. Salvaged it for my friend Casey used to take me along on bin routes sometimes. But yeah, I would love to ride with the master of bins himself and sort of see the city from your perspective. That would be wonderful.
I mean, that would be a perfect little photo op as well.
Well, quite.
Sure, yeah, we could pose for a few selfies if you're up for it.
Oh, what about Ross to do a little newspaper?
Like expose.
Well, I'll be
sure.
I'll be holding full interviews with all of the candidates and laying out all of their policies and their pledges so that you can all see them in black and white, and hopefully that'll help everybody hold them to account. But I presume you'd be working with the press as well as much as possible to keep this as part of your transparency play.
Oh, well, sure. I mean, yeah, as as a candidate, my whole campaign and everything that I do is, here in the public eye and open for the press to report on in a, perfectly impartial manner. And yeah, I'm happy to sit for an interview or provide any materials or anything that I can do to, just make myself available to the people, really.
Marvelous.
Yeah, Tom.
Sorry, Zoe. I just wanted to add, given the conversation that we had, that like, if you speak to Stephen down at the city hall, I think you can actually arrange an appointment with a council member, or well, I think would have been the mayor at the time. But if there's questions on like the constitution and laws and stuff in the city or anything like that, I appreciate, Zoe, you're here to try and get change things around here. But if there's any general questions, that's always been there.
Right. Yeah. I mean, I think I did have a few pending appointment requests with the mayor that, I was hoping to talk about funding for like the support circle meetings and stuff. And yeah, try to get that recycling petition through. But yeah, so it's now just a schedule to meet with any member of the council, or you can request a specific one. Like how does that work?
I believe so. If not, I'm sure you can contact us by email. But certainly, I think there is a way to speak to Stephen, and he'll at least try and help you.
Oh, is there an email? Where would one find that information?
So, well, that's the thing. I don't think we're very clear about that information. I'm with you on that. But if you go to City Hall in person, I believe you can request an appointment.
All right. Yeah, I don't know if, I guess, Mayor Susie's previous scheduler and appointment request was probably, I don't know, swept up in the police raid as part of evidence or something. So I guess I should probably put a fresh one in to meet with the city council. But yeah, I think that would be a really valuable thing to do. Thank you for letting me know about that. And yeah, I look forward to doing that bin route with you.
Yeah, wonderful. And again, if anyone else wants to jump on the bins, you don't have to work for. You just need someone that's employed, but it could take up to 3 people on a part-time basis just for the route.
It's decent work, right?
I'm gonna have to go. Sorry, but thank you, Zoe. It's been lovely. And learning about.
Yes,
thanks, Zoe.
And whatnot. For coming by. Also, if anyone didn't get a sticker yet. I've got stickers. Happy to give you one. Would you like one?
Did you do you mind if you have a very quick word, my dear?
Yeah, sure.
I made sure to request a special less tacky adhesive because I know it's like
sent. All right, see you later.
Yeah, thank you.
I actually want to go get money and come back get food. That'd be the double goodbye. Let's just go to the shops. Interesting. I feel like, imagine actually running for politics. Like how much you'd have to think about this. I mean, this is just roleplay, and there's, I mean, a million different things are brought up in that session. Jesus. What the fuck? Oh, let's go get food.
Gotta give me some kush after ride tripping on these foods. For real.
Just make a decision, mate.
I need me some cardiac after playing that pussy, you heard? Yo, man, shut the fuck up. Get the fuck out of here.
Oh, oh, oh. Oh, oh. Oh shit, shit, he's gonna get me. Oh, oh shit. Hi. Oh, thank you. Oh, thank you. Oh, too kind. Oops. Uh-oh. See you later. Shit. Fuck. All right. Oh, right. Oh, I love eating. Oh, I love eating. Alrighty. Oops. All right. Let's get out of here. Let's go see Blue Wyvern. Alrighty. Thanks everyone for hanging out. I may be back tomorrow. Dunno. Definitely tomorrow night, my time, which will be around lunchtime, probably, maybe earlier for UK viewers, with special guest Rat, the Rat Slayer, all the way from Scotland, currently in Brisbane. Yeah, he's going to be trying like Vegemite and some other Aussie things on stream. We'll be talking shit, having a good old time. Cool. Until then, goodbye. Have fun.